Hello.
I think I might have an issue.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I was just very low volume. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. I've been trying to set up. Also, my cousin wanted to join. Well, not join, but join the live chat. I mean, and seems to be having an issue trying to actually find the video. I think the issue is because we are very much a not for kids channel, and she might have a kid filter.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, she just says, "I don't know if I cannot change it. I'm confused by it." Yeah.
No, I mean you popped me in here, and I was like, do I say that I'm BB or?
Yeah, I did the intro thinking that if people couldn't hear me, then they would catch on to the fact that something is going on. Also, my webcam's not turned on. That's why I'm like all the way down here.
Yeah. Yeah, towering over us once again.
Yeah.
You absolute titan of a man.
Mm-hmm. That could be another nightmare, couldn't it?
Yeah, it is nightmare time.
Let's see. Yes. Speaking of which, yeah. So last episode, it seemed that a divisive beginning, but not really divisive in terms of cause like a huge controversy between us or anything. Just in the case that it ended up, I think, being my favorite of the Nightmare Times, precisely because it did everything that the Nightmare Times don't normally do, and what they were kind of built up to be in the first place, which is, like I said at the time, antithetical to what Nightmare Time was supposed to be. I liked it because of the lack of nightmares involved until the very end, which I do not think is going to be the case this time. I also mentioned that one of the things that, well, in the description, that we didn't comment on is the fact that there are new people involved, but they didn't really get too much to do as of right now. Probably partly because everyone has such established Nightmare Time characters anyway that all of the frequent appearances have already been set up. This time, one of the newbies is in the thumbnail, and not only that, but well, actually, wait, no, I don't think.
You having fun down there, man?
Yeah, I'm just putting on one of my socks.
Okay, because I can hear
that happened. Yeah,
because I can hear your voice straining as I can clearly see you like shifting like down there, bending over. I'm like, what's happening here?
That's fine. Okay, now I should be able to.
Also, chat is. Oh God, hello.
Whiplash. Brilliant.
Also, just because chat seems confused, and for good reason, right? I don't know how you could tell otherwise. Yes, I'm BB Butter. I'm here.
Okay, I'm surprised that Carnival people is confused about this.
No, because I didn't do my intro, remember? Because you just kind of plopped me in here.
Oh, right, okay. All right. Well, I don't think my cousin's showing up, so I guess we'll just have to get things going and see how the newbies do this time. This is Perky's Buds, and I think that the comments gave a bit of a description to this one, rather than So Emma and Ziggs fight for their pot farm is the description for Perky's Buds specifically, but there is a comment which gives a bit of a clearer picture. So from Hail the Regent, it says, Episode 1, an ancient cult used a pageant show to find a... Oh, no, so that's Episode 1. That's Honey Queen, never mind. A stoned hive mind of birds forces a non-binary weed farmer to poop in the woods. They didn't say poop, so there you go. That's what we're in for today. So I hope everyone's excited. I need to bring this up here, and there we go. All right, now we can begin for real. And also, because anyone's wondering what happened with Aiden, yeah, we don't know. All right.
The world may never.
I've had more updates from my cousin, who physically can't see this right now, than I have from him.
So, I tell this story frequently, but
Yeah.
Bon's bringing up that, like, is the Butter Bunch and you can swear. No, see, you don't understand. No, he can't. Because because the one time he did while back, he immediately got ill. If he says...
I didn't get like, I
if he-
felt ill for like a week. You know, it was like a
If he
sick to the
utters-
stomach feeling.
If he utters fuck even once, he will simply collapse. You don't
That was the word.
understand.
That was
He
the
will
word, in
simply
fact.
die.
Yeah. And hey, also, you know, I try at least all the time to be family friendly myself, especially since my own family was almost here. So you never know. Moving on.
It wasn't on camera.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it wasn't if it were on camera, I would have deleted it a long time ago. I don't tend to.
Oh, please don't! I would have saved it. I would have immortalized it. I guess it wouldn't matter then, but still.
Perky's Buzz a treat. He's just one of the greatest Hatchfield characters of all time. Fair enough. Okay then. Speaking of
world's been
introductions, we've
waiting
got
with
one
bated
right now. Speaking of introductions and things the world's been waiting to happen, here is Aiden.
Give me
hi.
a moment. I can't hear you. Crap. Ow.
This is an Aiden issue this time, by the way, not a you, Jake, not a you issue.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like you know we've been talking back and forth, so I think
just to clarify here.
Yeah, I think I've got all my things sorted. Yeah, so I just keep checking my phone just in case.
There was a bit before we started stream yesterday actually, where Aiden couldn't speak. And so now we're having the opposite issue. He can't hear. Or I guess not opposite. It's a correlated issue.
Yeah, he's going through the different types of no evils. Next time we're going to see. All right.
We're on stream. His PC crashes and won't turn on until the end.
Hey.
Just the monitor's turned off permanently. He can hear everything just fine.
Hi. Sorry about that. Yeah, my computer got rebooted and I had to replug my headphones.
No, we've already gone to that step. What do you know?
What?
Yeah, we just don't. Yeah, just another future. Well, not future prediction, I guess. Present prediction or present deduction. I don't even know what.
Jacob, are you using your oracle powers?
That was BB this time. That was BB
Oh.
this time. Yeah.
I guess it runs in the family technically.
Yeah, it does. you should have seen Grandma Butterman. She was crazy. We couldn't get anything past her. No one could actually. She wanted to get rid of the curse.
Yeah, we tried playing actual Grandma's Footsteps with her, the drama game. We never got very far.
Yeah.
No need to run away, you little runaway, 'cause the nightmare will kill you soon.
Another bingo card, the Butter Bunch Bon. Butter Bunch bingo, alliteration.
Yes.
And I do love alliteration.
Yeah.
That's why the stream yesterday was titled BB's Bad Thoughts.
Yeah, I was wondering about that actually.
Hey, what was that?
This song is so good.
It is, yeah. I mean, I can't skip it anyway because it's on download. But if I could, even if I could, I probably wouldn't. Honestly.
Yeah. I just like jamming to it.
I forget that that's a bit more obscure now, huh? We don't reference it enough. Yeah, no. It's been a running gag, and on occasion we treat it more lore-like, but yeah, no. But butter siblings.
Yeah, no, they're technically internet related.
Not you know.
Internet related.
Yeah, the title used to be Butter Brothers, but since transition, that obviously doesn't work anymore. Which is a shame because the name did have a ring to it.
Okay, it could be Butter Bros because technically bros can be gender neutral sometimes.
Yeah, but
There
like
could be
it's definitely
female
short for brother though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Butter Buds. Yeah.
Butter Buds.
That's
Yeah.
Butter Buds reminds me of Air Buds though.
That doesn't imply like any relation, like actual being related. Yeah. This is why I don't bring this. This is why I don't bring this whole thing up anymore. It gets too confusing for everyone.
Butter bribblings. Butter bribblings.
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 And then this happens.
It's
yeah,
like siblings. They'll be bribblings.
Yeah, the more we talk about this, the more I get migraines, so that's why I don't bring it up anymore.
Is gonna get you.
The talking lips are back.
Take every precaution, baby.
He's just doing his hair. His
I like how he
fabulous long
almost-
hair.
Is it like Jeff Lim almost like opened up his mouth to try and like sing the next line, even though his reflection's supposed to do it, and he's like he stopped himself halfway through.
Cause the timer is ticking down.
Butter migraines. I agree with you.
How did I
on.
only just now hear a timer in the background of this song after saying the timer is ticking down? It's taken up to it's the anti-penultimate actually no anti-penultimate. One more. It's the fourth to last Nightmare Time stream, and only now am I just noticing that. Wow.
The danger that you are in. You're standing on shaky
Wait, so there's like 2 more nightmare times after this, or 4 more nightmare times after this?
There's 3 more. This is the fourth to last, I think.
Oh,
I got the order
okay.
right.
Yeah.
This is a lot of math, man.
Yes, 2 whole calculations.
I know, it's
Overwhelming.
crazy.
Where'd he go?
Ooh, that's a cool visual. Is that
This has
new?
been in every it's been in every single one of
I
these.
have literally said like 3 times that this is my favorite part of this.
I'll show you my favorite part actually. After this.
The nightmare time is gonna get you.
Not yet. Still going forward. Hang on. There it is. There it is. My favorite
The
part.
hair.
The hair, the falsetto, everything. Yeah. Just Jeff Lynne in general.
time already caught you.
Da da da. Yes, the blue hair girl got pipes.
Perky's buds.
This is not about vampires. Why you sound like a vampire? Dang, you're like trying to be a vampire.
Buds.
How do you know it's not about vampires?
The logo literally has birds in it. What about that screams vampire?
Maybe it's vampire birds.
Actually, that would be
Bryce
a pretty fun concept, but I highly doubt they're gonna do that. Although that would be a
Look,
fun
we've
concept.
got vampire bats in real life. Why not vampire birds?
Yeah.
Anyway, Bryce Charles is so amazingly talented.
A mutant vampire raven.
Yeah, so
would
Bryce
be
Charles
sick.
so Bryce Charles, the blue-haired girl. I looked up any names I didn't recognize in the description because I knew that was one of the new people in the thumbnail. I want to get their name right. Turns out Bryce Charles apparently was in the Book of Mormon as well. So, you know, musical alumni for sure.
Also, I have a prediction for this musical.
And also,
This musical is gonna be like Birdemic.
okay, yeah, I can see what.
Pretty much. I'm just guessing it's gonna be like Bird in the vein of Birdemic. Evil birds eating people.
I can see why you think that.
Dawn breaks over a plot of emerald green farmland deep in the heart of Witchwood Forest. Marijuana plants grow tall and strong,
Of
Oh.
course they
swaying
do.
gently in the breeze.
Oh God, no, a marijuana patch. I mean, my carrot patch. Yeah.
Oh my god, we're going to Hickory Farms from South Park.
That was actually a Dragon Ball Z Abridged direct quote, but sure.
This is Perky's
Well, yeah, I was making a South Park
Hatchetfield's premier
reference.
Okay.
cannabis
case.
growers. In an old farmhouse, sunlight peeks through the window and falls onto the face of Emma Perkins. Her eyes
Oh
Okay,
man,
what's everyone so
Emma
excited
grows
about this?
weed in this universe? Dang.
Her literal dream, like life ambition, was to start a pot farm in Hatchetfield. Well, not in Hatchetfield necessarily, but somewhere.
Somewhere,
was-
which universe? There are many universes here.
in
We're
every
like 7
universe.
universes
Okay.
deep.
In
I
every
think it was the
universe, she
first
mentioned
one.
starting a pot farm.
Oh.
Yes,
like, it was-
yeah, the first time we hear it is obviously in the first one, in Guiding like musicals, and like the scene where she's talking about, you know, that like the death of Jane and how, you know, she thought she wasted her entire life, had no roots anywhere except for Hatchetfield, and then randomly as a non sequitur, she just wants to start a pot farm, and that also got brought up in the version where she was a cyborg.
Oh.
Yeah, or a clone of some kind. I forget what that was exactly.
Eyes flutter open.
I think she was a
She
clone.
hops out of bed,
Hmm.
throws
In the
open the
universe.
shutters, and breathes in the crisp, clean air.
This is the second time that Lauren Lopez has opened up a line, opened up as well, character-wise in one of these nightmare times in a row.
Another day in paradise.
Outside,
Put
Emma's
on
work
Bond's
boots
chats.
make tracks in the mud as she
Yes, I've seen. Well, yeah, they're directly responding to me because I said, "Why is everyone so excited about that?"
Because it's weed.
My goodness. I'm guessing there's a little bit more of a relaxed laws in Canada.
strolls
Well,
the
yeah,
grounds
no.
and-
Canada has like way more relaxed laws than the United States.
Fair
To be
enough.
fair,
It's
most
so
places are
mildly
legalizing
different.
it now at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. I specified Canada because that's where Bond is from. I wasn't trying to make a statement about the world itself.
fruits of her labor.
Ah, the fruits of her labor. Nice.
Yep. Another perfect day. You goddamn son of a bitch varmints!
Emma pulls out a rifle.
Okay, she really has just decided to put on this accent. That is not
I
what Emma
mean,
Perky
yeah.
sounds like normally.
You know what? Fair
Weed
enough.
is
You know, if you're gonna
transformed
run a
her.
weed farm, might as well get a southern accent, y'all. Now listen up. We gotta get that southern accent in this his house.
You know, we never do find out what Yosemite Sam smokes in those cigarettes he has.
And blast
Listen,
off the ground to
vomits.
Mhm.
chubby brown bird
No,
marching
I'm
away
just
in
doing a
front of her
southern
fountain.
accent. Listen,
The bird rips
I'm
off
technically in the south, or basically in the south, so you know.
Well, you're doing a real shit job at her accent, you know.
Yes. Well, listen, you are in the deep south, Miss Texan over here.
Yeah, indeed. I'm right here, right in Texas. You know, I get myself a gun, and we just start shooting down those beavers and the squirrels like it's no tomorrow. You know, we just,
I mean, even I do a better impression. I haven't lived for 22 years.
It's the baby
Well, you know,
memories. The
I mean,
memories
it's
from when you were a
like it,
small
but
child are
it's
just coming
in our
in.
blood. It's in our blood. You have to understand there, Aiden.
Yeah, I do wonder sometimes if that is why I was able to pull off, you know, the Cole Gray voice so quickly, because it was like somewhere deeply buried in me all the whole time.
And takes flight.
Sam!
Yes, the beavers, Bond. Yes, the
Back at the
beavers.
house.
Hmm.
Emma's summer farmhand, Ziggs, tumbles out of bed.
Oh, shit.
Moments later, Ziggs bursts out the front door. They're wielding two pistols, firing.
Look, they spent most of their budget on the sets from Honey Queen.
Ziggs unload an absurd amount of ammo. It dives and vanishes amongst the crops.
Did we get him?
No.
Nighthawks.
No.
They are wily birds.
Hey, they're better than
Yeah.
chemists.
They're high
Just then,
birds.
Ziggy's ears perk up. Off
Okay, I think Bond is saying Justin Bieber moment because of Ziggs' attire here. I think that's
He does kind of look like Justin Bieber.
Oh dear.
Like a
Yeah,
modern day
yeah.
Justin Bieber, like
Yeah.
without the dyed hair.
Yeah, they kind of do.
faint chanting.
What's that?
Oh, I recognize one of those voices. Anyone who's seen Nerdy Prudes Must Die, I think recognize the hey ho heck no in the background there.
Hey, no, heck no. Have we watched Nerdy Prudes Must Die?
Not on the
No.
channel, but I've seen it myself, like in general.
Okay, because that's one stream I'm actually looking forward to from what I've heard from you guys. And
Yeah.
You guys from Jacob. I also
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, point being, I want to watch Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Plus, that's just a funny title. It's like, I wonder what's gonna. Oh no!
Yeah.
Nerdy Prudes Must Die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of get the feeling that is going to be BB's all-time favorite Starkid musical in general. Once we eventually get to it,
Is that a part of
So-
Hatchetfield universe or no?
yes,
Yeah,
that's partially
there's-
why. But just in general, I think she's like that one the most out of all the ones that they've done. Which is why I'm not in a rush to get to it, because I want to show her some other things first, so not everything seems, unwhelming by comparison.
Yeah,
you
from what I
peak and then you think you could never get to that high again. You just peaked.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
what I can tell, it's
About nerdy
the-
prudes.
no,
dying.
there's Black Friday, there's Nightmare Time, there's Nerdy Prudes, there's some short film that I don't know the title of. There's
There's the guy who didn't like musicals.
yeah, obviously, and then there's possibly. I was about to say Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's not what that is. Oregon Trail.
Yes, Texas Chainsaw Manager.
I'm talking about Oregon Trail one. Is that what it's called?
Oregon
Yes.
Trail.
Yes, although the Oregon Trail is probably going to take significantly longer because eventually I want to work through like the other Starkid musicals, the non-Hatchetfield ones, mostly in the order they came out. So Oregon Trail is going to be a long way away. And also because I personally just don't connect to Hatchetfield whatsoever. It's one throwaway line that may or may not be a coincidence, and most likely is.
It's probably just a reference at most, like a thin reference that's not meant to be taken ultra seriously.
Okay, so I just looked up the because people mentioned the short film a lot on here. Apparently the short film is Working Boys. So
Oh my God! There's
Working
actually
Boys. There's
it
actually a Working
actually
Boys
exists.
adaptation. Oh my God.
apparently
Wait,
so.
question: Is the short film like the actual play Working Boys? Like we're actually watching a play?
I only knew about the
doing it,
existence
or is
of
it
short
like
film
a
in the
universe where the
universe.
Working Boys is the reality? It's like made in line reality.
Sorry, you were both speaking at the same time. I have no idea what either of you said.
Oh, baby, you want to say what you said?
I just said that I only knew about the existence of it because you were asking, like the manner of what the title means.
But I mean, like, is Working Boys like a play that we actually get to see a whole short film of him directing a play, or like get to see the actual play, or is it like a universe where the Working Boys actually happened?
Well, from what I'm seeing here, it's a short film set in the Hatchetfield universe. I'm just reading the wiki at this point. It was created as a backer award for the Starkid 10th anniversary Kickstarter, which I think I did actually back, so I might have to check to see if I have access to that. But yeah, if there's no official release of it, we probably can't do a review of it because that's kind of not the point. So I'll have to look at where it's distributed.
I mean, I guess we can watch it just the three of us privately.
I was gonna say my question was we can watch it privately. My question, as Aiden picked up on, is should we review it on camera? In that case, probably not. Unless
You could record it.
No, well, instead of actually recording it, we probably just do a review on it, not showing any footage, just talking about what we thought of the film as a whole.
Yeah,
just do like an actual review, like with no visuals, just talking about it.
We'll do Siskel and Ebert and some other lady. I don't know.
Siskel, Ebert, and Eberta.
Ebert. Ebert was his last name, right?
Oh.
I don't know. I think we could always just like record it and just like trim it up a little bit.
I don't know. If it's not public, they may not like that. So just be respectful.
Maybe we'll do what 4-Star Bento did with Dragon Ball GTFS, which is the thing they're doing right now, where they're talking about the episodes of GT that they've watched for whichever video that is, the collection, and then sometimes they'll intersperse it with clips of them as they were watching it and reflecting. So maybe something like that. But again, we'll see if I can find some other way, or if that's end up being publicly released in some form afterwards, because it's been about a year, so one way or the other. Anyways, back to this video.
More varmints.
Out at the entrance of Emma's pot farm, two kids from Hatchetfield High march around waving signs and shouting.
Only two of them, wow. I know who one of them is, but I wonder who the other.
Hey, ho, heck, no!
Perky's butt has gotta go!
Emma and Ziggs pull up to the front gate on a large tractor. Emma glares down at the teens, Gabe, a dorky choir boy, and a whole...
Okay.
He doesn't look very dorky.
Okay, before we say this character's name, I gotta make this reference. Reminds me of the episode where Ivan and Milen in Miraculous are protesting Project Oxygen. Anyway, now we get to hear the name of the second character, who you might recognize.
holier-than-thou church girl, notorious for her unrelenting prudishness, Grace Chastity.
Ring any bells?
No, I haven't seen Nerdy Prudes Must Die.
That's a humorous name.
It is a humor.
That's a
Chastity, like Chastity.
and grace as in full of grace. It's a double, religious reference. But anyway, yes. So
Chastity, oh my god.
of course, Abby recognized this because obviously, Angela Giratano's her profile picture. But what
I'm
I
honestly
mean is,
surprised they didn't put like a cross necklace on her.
I mean, we can't see the full cord. So
Her name is Grace Chastity. That may as well be a prop.
Anyway, no. So the first time that Grace Chastity got mentioned was by name in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. That was it, because it was one point where Bill was talking some anecdote about Alice, now an argument that he had of like, well, why couldn't you just talk about Grace Chastity? He said Grace Chastity is a nerdy prude. I said, don't date someone like Grace Chastity. Don't date Grace Chastity. Date someone like Grace Chastity, and that was the whole argument or something because he didn't like Deb. So an offhand comment when I eventually saw Nerdy Prudes Must Die, because obviously I hadn't seen this yet. That was my first time seeing Angela.
Wait,
as
a question:
Grace
has
Chastity.
Nerdy Prudes Must Die came out by the time Nightmare Time 2 guys came out?
No, we did actually check that beforehand.
Okay, because I'm wondering if this is like our first official introduction to her.
Pretty sure, yes.
On camera, not
yes. So
not just.
So she got a mention by name before, and now honestly, I thought she was going to appear in the next video in Abstinence Camp. Kind of seemed more like her vibe personally.
Yeah.
But either way. So so when I saw that, and I saw Angela's that role, and then someone said butt off Chastity, I was like, there we go. Oh my goodness, Angela. Like the fact that again, Angela, who by this point I've been watching on Smosh for like a year. Honestly, I watched Smosh for like a year before I even realized I'd seen her already in Black Friday. So again, connecting those dots, like, oh wow, she's Grace Chastity. This is perfect. So anyway, and yes, the quote after that was, "At least it's nice to me at church." That was what Bill said. So there we go. It's all connected.
What do you want, Grace?
What do I want? I want a town that's safe from your drugs. This devil weed isn't just bad for the community. It's threatening the checkered tail nighthawk population.
I hate that so much.
What's that?
Devil weed. It's just regular weed.
No, but it's called devil's grass. If you
devil's lettuce, lettuce, not grass. Where did you get grass from?
Yeah, devil's grass and weed. I don't know why we merged the two.
Devil's lettuce.
Grass, lettuce. What's the difference?
One you eat, the other you don't eat. Are you Aphmau now?
You can graze on
if
both.
something looks like grass, it is grass.
One will give you appendicitis, the other one won't. Anyway, so Nerdy Prudes Must Die. So we mentioned this in a previous stream, but yes, Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Apparently, I heard this from the chat in a previous stream, was written first, and supposed to be before Nightmare Time, but COVID happened. So, I mean, okay, sure. I guess technically you could say, so that was supposed to be her debut, which if anything, it makes sense because it works as a debut because it's much more of a surprise. I was surprised by it, but whichever. We're here now. We can't change that.
Yesterday, I found one so stoned he wouldn't get out of the road. It caused a traffic jam. People were late, Emma. Late to church.
Look, I don't want these damn birds eating my crops either.
Yeah. I mean, we just tried to shoot one.
Shoot one? Are you
That was the wrong thing to say.
high?
Checkered tail nighthawk
But well, potentially.
are a protected species. They only live on this island. If you harm one of those majestic creatures, then we might just have the legal authority to shut you down.
That's probably why the Nighthawks are the name of the football team.
Hey, ho, heck, no. Perky's butts has gotta go.
Did I mishear that, Ziggy, or was that a threat?
No, it sounded pretty hateful to me, Perky.
I don't know.
We don't take too
It sounded factual rather than hateful.
kindly to threats around here.
Again, she really is going more like the Southern's like, we don't take too kindly to threats around these parts.
Cocks the gun. You might want to mosey along down the river, or else.
We're on an island. Then mosey along down the river.
See, my friend here, their name's Ziggy. This, however, is named Billy. Would you like to meet him?
Mm-hmm.
He really is liking you right now.
The only thing we don't like more than you is people from Clivesdale.
Ziggs, Get these nerdy prudes off my property.
Oh my god.
With
There it is.
pleasure.
Every time, Grace Chastity Nutty Prude. That's what it. Yeah.
Latched to the back of the
I
tractor
wanna
was a
have a
woodchipper.
character say the word nerdy prudes and fallen angels now.
I mean, yeah. I guess no reason that we can't. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Ziggs flips it on and tosses a bag of manure into the feed. Vroom. The fertilizer sprays out the discharge chute, raining down on Grace and Gabe. They
Close your
cross the
mouth.
signs.
Close your mouth. You
Yeah,
don't want to
okay.
eat the fertilizer.
Oh no. Stoned Grace Chastity. Avert your eyes.
Spikes and retreat. Ziggs turns off
Man.
the machine and smiles.
She might
It's the
just kill
simple
herself right then and there.
I have committed a sin of the devil's
Of the deadest lettuce.
Devil's lettuce. Devil's lettuce. I have committed the sin of eating devil's lettuce by force. How dare they?
I don't know. Don't some versions of the Bible also condemn self-deletion? So probably not.
Yeah, there's no way out
You
of
know,
it.
there are some evils worse than others, you know.
The devil's lettuce is so much worse than killing yourself. So you might as well delete it.
So you might as well just add to the list then. What? What kind of logic is that?
Thanks, yeah.
A spoonful of sugar makes the what medicine
That
go
is-
down.
Emma-
The medicine go down.
I mean, it is used as medicine in some cases.
Ziggs
Yeah.
sit on the porch, passing a joint and watching the sunset.
I don't
over
think
the
I'd be very
glorious
fun
hills.
high. My anxiety would go through the roof and I would have a panic attack.
I was gonna say, well, I
And I'd
mean,
get very paranoid. It wouldn't go well. High Aiden would be horrible. So I would just have a panic attack and cry.
yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what drunk Jacob, for example, would be like, and I have no intention of finding out.
You would actually start swearing. Oh my god.
That would be an example.
Anyways,
Look at it, Ziggy.
I do fear what drunk baby would be like.
It is beautiful.
Well, they're dead.
What was I saying?
Something was beautiful.
You
Too
know,
much
I used to
weed.
grow and sell my own weed in high school.
Oh.
Not sure exactly who coined the name, but no one could get enough of Perky's buds.
I guess that, you know, I guess that they should come up with the idea way sooner than we thought.
Well, I mean, I guess this version of her also kind of had the balls to actually go for it. Maybe like the other versions of her didn't really have the balls to. Like, it's
Well,
always
the other
an
ones
idea.
didn't really get the chance to.
Cleanest,
Yeah.
Also,
purest,
I
most-
did just do like a quick search just because I don't remember seeing that in the Bible itself, but I have heard that, so that did make me think, is that a thing?
By that, I should
Technically-
refer to my comment from a while ago about self-deletion.
Yeah, so it's not in the Bible. The quote I'm seeing in note, this is Wikipedia, so don't take it as gospel. But in the fifth century, Augustine wrote "The City of God," in it making Christianity's first overall condemnation of suicide. His biblical justification for this was the interpretation of the commandment "Thou shalt not kill," as he sees the omission of "thy neighbor," which is included in "Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor," to mean that the killing of oneself is not allowed either. The rest of his reasons were from Plato's Phaedo.
Yes, an ancient Greek philosopher with a different
Different religious
Yeah, I was
beliefs.
gonna say,
Of
like-
course.
It's
Of
fine,
course.
yeah. See, look, it's like there's been
it's
some
all derived from, you know, whatever. Also, apparently Emma. Okay, so I think someone did mention this before. I think I took it as a joke originally, like she created the Smoke Club. But hold on, does that mean that the Smoke Club has been going on in Hatchetfield High School for at least like
Is
over
that
10
legal?
years?
I don't think that's legal. I think you have to be at least 18 or 21 to smoke weed.
Who said anything about legality, Aiden?
Oh yeah, but like
yeah, I don't think you understand. I had a friend, about a year or two ago, who made dough, man. He'd get a new vehicle almost every week because he just purposely crash it drunk.
what?
But he had the money because he may or may not have been going to other states and selling some of that good stuff, if you catch my drift.
Oh my
He was not of age.
Yeah, but isn't that like hyper suspicious? You're getting a bunch of money, buying a bunch of vehicles constantly. Isn't that like really
Yeah,
suspicious? I mean, like, how do
suspicious
you
if you
not
aren't
get
doing
caught
it
by
all the
doing
time.
that? I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
see, okay, here's the thing. One of my classmates from secondary school, at one point, just randomly started posting several pictures of him just holding massive wads of cash on Instagram. My brother, of course, told me, even though I kind of had a feeling already, he told me directly that that he knew where that money came from. But of course, because it's not like anyone is going to check that thing on Instagram. It's just, as far as they know, it's a picture of wads of cash, in the person's hand, and that's it. On account with his legal name, but never mind about that.
Yeah. Well, actually, on Instagram, like I was like scrolling through Instagram one day, and one day like this guy popped up on Instagram who literally like said in his bio like he's like a drug dealer, like a gangster. Like he like literally I literally looked at like some saved images he had.
Okay, so maybe
and
it's
they
a
were
bad
like,
example then. But the point
yeah,
is, if they can't,
they had
prove
him with
anything-
drugs, and he like had a gun. It's like, oh my god, why don't you post this on the internet? This is kind of
There's-
incriminating.
No,
This
I mean,
is extremely incriminating.
No,
Do not
it
post
is-
this on the
yeah.
internet.
That's
This
got to
is
be.
stupid.
I want to say that's like the easiest way that people tend to just get caught, but there's also the aspect of like a lot of police don't really care.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised. I know there was an Instagrammer at one point who actually used to post videos of him allegedly stealing from stores, and he eventually, because he got taken to trial for it, had to admit that everything was staged, and some of them were actually paid promotions by the brand so that he would go to their stores.
Man,
So
right.
sometimes they get involved.
That's fair.
Yeah, but
There
like,
is also the aspect of like different places have different types of police behavior.
look,
Yeah, and also the guy had a
all-
huge following, so he was more likely
yeah.
to report it.
Look, all I'm saying though is if you're gonna do illegal activity, I don't recommend posting it. Like if I were to do illegal activity, which I don't, but if I were, I wouldn't post it on the internet.
No,
You-
totally, yeah. I know a lot of people that will like post like
I'm
drunk
gonna do
pics.
shady stuff. I'm not gonna tell people about it publicly.
I know a lot of people who post like drunk pics and are just like, oh yeah, no one this won't come to bite me, and then they do something bad.
People not know how the internet works.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they assume that just no one is gonna rat on them, but the problem is if you then harm like someone else's stuff, then they're probably gonna rat on you.
Yeah, it's just the cognitive dissonance for me is what gets me. Is that the idea that everyone makes a conscious effort to set things to public for the world to see, but then they realize that they don't think, oh,
And they get in trouble. They're like, "Oh my god, what? How did I get in trouble like this? Like because you told everyone."
I think it's a weird. You know what? Little conspiracy theory here. I think maybe it's like a conflicting aspect of two different points of view perspective of privacy, right? So privacy doesn't exist. Point blank, period. Not anymore. Not with the sort of technology we have. It doesn't exist. Don't care if you think you have it. You don't. You're wrong. Even if you don't have a phone, your stuff
and
is
the second
still,
point of view is,
the other is the aspect of, for a while, we did have that privacy. We were kind of still taught in a lot of situations to not really take into account the fact that everything we're doing at every waking second is logged and documented and stared at. So maybe it's just like the conflicting aspect of like, oh yeah, well, I mean, it's my phone, it's my technology, I'm posting it to my
I'm the
friends
one
or
logging,
whatever.
documenting, and saving it. Clearly this doesn't count as being logged, documented, and saved.
Right, yeah, because it's you're the one posting it, right? So it's not something that just anyone can look at or anyone could grab off your phone or whatever. Even like photos saved, even photos you take and delete on like just your own phone, you don't even post, that stuff can even be gone now, right? And so
See, this is why whenever we had like those like internet safety classes in school, And while the first things that they say in every single class, no matter where you are, is the thing that you post on the internet can be seen by everyone. It's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point most of the cases, or at least for me, that's what I thought in my head. I didn't say that out loud, but I thought, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Cerebral high.
Oh, your legend. Tales of your weed echo through Hatchetfield High to this very day.
I guess that's where the Smoke Club reference comes
Well, ever
in.
since then, all I wanted to do was share that high with the world, you know? And when I graduated community college and unlocked my inheritance, I found out my parents owned all those acres of witchwood. It's like
Okay, that you didn't mention in Guidant Light Musicals.
it was meant to be.
Yeah, didn't she mention she was going to buy a plot of land in Guidant Light Musicals? That might be a deviation in the timeline here.
It'd be
Maybe.
perfect if it weren't for those goddamn Nighthawks eating my weed.
Emma, what are we gonna do?
I like the
about
little like sassy swivel there with like the shoulder and stuff as she said, "Eating my weed."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I did look because I wasn't too sure about the pronouns. So the actor for Ziggs here, Jae Hughes, it is they them. I had said that just to be safe, but I wasn't too sure it is, so I did just check. It is. They them.
I also looked that up. I just didn't bring it up because it didn't come up in conversation yet.
Listen to him out there,
The character is also a they them, for the record.
Okay.
laughing at me. Fucking birds. Alright, let's order some donuts.
That reminds me a lot of another scene in a movie.
You know they had it until undergraduate lot in her inheritance. Okay, but by the time of in the Guidant Musical, she was 30. I'm pretty sure she'd already graduated by that point. Unless she didn't graduate originally, just kind of skip the last year of high school or something. I don't know.
The next day, Zig stands alone in the field pruning the plants, occasionally puffing a joint, when suddenly a voice pipes up.
Hey, pass that J, dude. Don't bogart that shit.
Here we go.
Ziggs turns one way, then the other.
Is that a
There's no
silly?
one there. They scratch
be.
their head, confused.
Or a lot of a monster that responds to us, that answers to a silly. You never know.
Then they notice a nighthawk perched on a nearby bit of fencing.
Oh, she only rolled after Jane died. Okay, I see. Got it.
Now, did you just say that, or did I think it?
The
Good grief, that thing looks terrifying already.
nighthawk stares at them blankly.
Listen,
It's the
buddy,
eyes.
You can't keep
It is
eating
the
this
eyes.
stuff, alright? I'm gonna have to shoot you, and I don't want to do that. Okay,
I'm gonna have to shoot you.
The bird cocks its head.
Bird.
Don't look at me like that. Fine. Let's just...
Jacob, do the thing.
What thing? This? Wait, what?
No, the big
Oh,
bird.
big bird! There you go.
Alright.
Ziggs takes a big hit off their joint and blows smoke into the nighthawk's face. The bird breathes it in and ruffles its feathers happily.
I love how you can see the bird tilt up as it says smoke, breathing it in. It's like, man, you're really getting a big whiff there, huh? You little chirper.
Also, I think all the Nighthawks are just like actually addicted, and that's why they keep going back specifically.
Alright, there. Now, I'm cutting you off.
Professor Hitchens should do an experiment somewhere here, just obviously off screen now.
Then another voice calls out.
Hey, you.
Ziggs turns to see a rough-looking man standing at the edge of Emma's land.
And apparently also with a southern accent. Again, what happened to... Hatchetfield is up north!
Hey, dude.
Three more...
Look, man, the divergent point was way sooner than you think. The geopolitical scheme of this entire nation is shifted.
Apparently.
Equally rugged men saunter out of the woods.
Dudes?
The first man spits a mouthful of chewing tobacco.
We'd like to have a word with Perky.
She's up at the house, man. That's all the fuck back there.
You better move your ass.
Look,
What did he say?
isn't this, like, private property or something?
We
insist. The man lifts the bottom of his flannel shirt, revealing a pistol tucked into his jeans.
Whoa. Chill, dude. I'll go get her. Peace and love, man. Peace and love.
Moments later, Zig stumbles through the front door of the farmhouse.
Hey, Emma, there's a bunch of Republicans out here.
Not Grace again.
No, like scary ones.
The Metzgers.
Emma throws
You probably should mention the one of them is armed, but sure.
open a storage closet. She grabs a leather belt with 2 holsters and buckles it around her waist. She loads fresh clips into her pistols, then hands a rifle to Ziggy. Back outside, Louis Metzger spots Emma and Ziggs heading his way, packing heat. He smiles with rotten teeth and turns to his brothers.
Well, there she is, boys. The pate hate.
The pate hate. It's a latte hate, but it's the pate hate.
Yeah, I guess considering that, you know, Ted said she wasn't the latte hate after all, she got one of those titles at least. Took that one from Zoe.
I don't know, Louis. That sounds like you're calling her an attractive toilet.
A little bit, actually.
You dumb bastard. Daddy don't like crude humor.
Oh.
Hey, he's not wrong.
Ooh, I mean,
And where
what?
is your daddy?
Yeah, which by the way,
yes. Yes.
I think they're all brothers, but he's saying like their dad does not like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what they meant.
also bear in mind, like in Nightmare Time,
I am correct.
in the theme song, they always say "Daddy's gonna get you" at the end, so maybe that's what this is putting up to.
You. Well, I mean, that was in season 1, so I don't think that's the case.
It's so silly. If you want to see the silliest John Madison performance, look up Super Pops episode 1. He plays Mr. Stapler, the teacher. That is something else there.
Emma stands at the edge of her property, her hands resting on her guns.
I already said I wasn't gonna talk to you, jizz stains. If Bob Metzger has something to say to me, he can do it himself.
Well, you're lucky.
Just cuts like a really old man. He's like even more incoherent than his oldest son.
You better watch your mouth. Daddy don't like the word jism.
Ooh. Say that again to me.
Every time the word daddy gets mentioned.
I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, every time that he says the word daddy, just like, yeah.
Oh.
Daddy went to the store to pick up milk and eggs. Like, that's all it takes, apparently.
What does he like?
He likes milk and eggs. There you go.
Oh. I mean, I like milk too. I relate. I don't like eggs, but I like milk.
That's fair.
Makeshift litter. Sitting aloft is the family patriarch, Bob Metzger. They set down the old man and he shoos them off with a wave of his hand.
Already perfect casting.
He leers at Emma from beneath his wide.
Is it
And then
John
again,
Hitchens?
John Hitchens?
Hitchens. Dr. Hitchens,
Oh,
whatever.
no, Professor Hitchens. No, Robert Mannion is not in Starkid anymore. No, this is
Wait,
what?
what?
Because well, partly because Dylan Saunders in general, fantastic performances all round, but then again, he did play both Dumbledore and Scrooge. So again, practice playing old men characters.
All right, Emma Perkins, you wanted me. You got me.
Don't you think it's time for the kids to move out, Bob? Get their own place? Maybe in Clivesdale?
My kin.
Wow.
Yeah, don't say Clivesdale.
Daddy on our land. Land we paid for with blood.
And as long as they
Blood?
stay
You
on
killed
that
someone?
land, we don't have a problem in the world, Bob. But I will not have them harassing my employee. They're creeping around, pulling this deliverance shit. It's nobody's business but mine what I do on my property.
What you done on your property is an abomination. I don't give a toot about the grass you've been growing. Hell, your great-granddaddy and I made our living running rum across the border.
How old is this character? Like, I know I said playing old man, but That was I apparently vastly underestimated. Bear in mind that Emma is 30, supposedly, unless like a little bit of time has passed since equivalent of Guardian Light musicals. So in her 30s, great granddaddy. Wow.
It's what you've done with the trees. You cut down acres of them without a thought of what it might do to this town.
At
Why
first,
did you-
I didn't realize I needed all this stuff. I had a little cottage, and that cottage was enough.
Gives me a lot of Kingston vibes.
I was thinking more Lorax. That's why I was singing that that song. I know it was cut for the movie, but I mean, come on. If you haven't heard it, look up Biggering from the Lorax.
It's pretty solid, yeah.
Absolutely.
Why did people simp for the man in the Lorax, by the way? That's one thing I won't ever understand.
Oh, the Onceler? Yeah, that was a whole movement. It is a song that was by him, so I mean, well, sung by him, obviously. That's that's a whole other mystery that one can delve in. I wanted to say hi and hope you guys are doing well. Also to let Ed know I'm planning to work on the scene to do, but I might need help in VC. Not today though. Okay.
I mean, I'll probably be around later if you want to talk, like later tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not busy till later tonight. I don't think, to my knowledge.
Yeah. Looks like K-Dub is not. Looks like K-Dub is not staying for now, so probably got something else to do. Then again, she put in the solid commitment of watching the 8-hour stream that came out yesterday.
I know, right?
Okay, well, KW did.
Kudos to that.
I love it. It's just that the stream was so long that KW was able to live her entire life and then come back, and I was still streaming.
Yeah, so I guess it's like this guy.
Yeah, KW was there and then ate and enjoyed family time and returned.
Whoa. I'm sorry, dudes.
What on earth is that? Man, what are you doing?
Poke Rogue.
Okay.
What is that? What?
Poke. It's a browser game where it's a roguelike browser game where you're doing constant runs with new Pokemon.
All right. Clearly we're losing Aiden. Quick, say the word daddy.
Yeah, I
again.
mean, we lost him, man. He's
I have two, for starters, I have 2 monitors. I just do Poke Rogue in the background all the time just because,
God, that is the most ADHD image in my head.
Listen, I like to do a lot at the same time. I'm like my brain always.
I'm
being
both
exercised.
reacting to this and playing a whole other game, and I have 2 monitors at the exact same time. I got one eye looking this way and the other this way. All right, I'm goldfish time.
I guess you could call me Gulpy.
Good grief. Today I'm making dinner with my uncle for my FNAF cookbook, hence why I said not today. I might be free later after dinner, but I don't know. Okay.
But like,
We're nowhere near
hell
done
yeah,
here.
smack
We're going even more slowly than usual.
respect. Save the trees.
Not now. 6.
Save the weed.
Well, the weed is completely safe.
This land. He made a solemn vow to tend to it.
Why are you gonna awaken one of those forest spirits or something that are gonna get revenge on you?
I mean, that's not a ludicrous concept with Hatchetfield. Then again,
Yeah.
how did this guy manage to live for so long?
Down. For his sake, I'll give you one final.
He looks so young. He doesn't even look old.
Well, okay, that I'm gonna chalk down the budgets, but
Clean
yeah.
up this shit and go back to the city where you come from. Okay?
How do you know I came from the city? I can come from the suburbs, bish.
I mean, I feel like on Hatchetfield there's not much of a difference.
Yeah.
Guess I'm putting up a fence.
She turns on her heels and walks away.
Honestly, why not just? Honestly, I was gonna say before, but why not just lay down some netting or something so the birds don't get to it? But that's it.
You are warned. The innocent must suffer. The guilty must be punished. You must taste blood to be a man.
Hold on, the innocent.
But
must
she's
suffer
not a
for the-
man. She's not a man.
Hold on. So the innocent must suffer, but the guilty also must be punished. Assuming the guilty must be punished for harming the innocent, that means that the innocent probably shouldn't have suffered.
Unless the guilty is the innocent.
Then why would they be branded separately?
What? How would that work?
Also, since we brought up this transition, I'm going to bring this transition now. So, since they're not on Zoom anymore, it's fun for me to see how Nick Lang goes from one of the Metzgers to immediately going back to the narrator role, and it's completely seamless. Obviously, impossible to do in the old formats.
That night, the moon hangs low in the sky. Inside the farmhouse, Ziggs holds a painting they've been working on for the past 2 weeks.
I don't know.
An
He could
art
be doing like the
student at-
Superman like transition. He like hops inside of a telephone booth, just spins around really quick, and now he's here.
Well, I don't know how quick we must have had to do that.
Hatchetfield Community College. Ziggy is Emma's farmhand and graphic designer.
So, as we all know, the Hatchetfield Honey Festival is coming up, and it is the
Ah, yes, nice use of the Honey Queen theme tune. Now that's been established.
perfect place to get the word out about our fine
Wait, is this
product,
taking
but
place simultaneously with the Honey Queen or no?
It might be.
if we expect people to leave their friendly neighborhood dealers, we gotta catch their eye. So,
I mean, I personally would rather buy, if I were to buy stuff off of someone, which I wouldn't want to, but if I were, I would buy it off of someone who has actual license and is legally allowed to do it, and not like a street dealer. I mean, I guess it would be cheaper off a street dealer, but still, I wouldn't trust that.
I'm not entirely sure whether or not like that one. It seems like
They run a weed farm. They probably definitely have a license for it because
well, there you go.
You can't really hide it. Versus a street deal, versus a dealer on the street, probably doesn't have a license.
So then what's the problem? You're saying that you wouldn't like you brought that up as saying you wouldn't probably wouldn't trust these two, but then you said that they must.
No,
They definitely have
no,
a
I
license.
wouldn't trust a street dealer.
Okay.
I would trust them more because they technically have a license. I ain't catching a case. I ain't catching a legal case for because of it.
Okay. You're gonna have so much fun with editing when you get to Daddy. I forgot that one of them was one of the Daddy. It's not this one, but there's an episode of Nightmare Time that is called Daddy. There's like
I
two videos.
have severe mental issues. If you don't know.
Yeah, apparently Daddy is one of the most specific triggers for you, but not a negative one.
So there,
you
official
know.
logo of Perky's Buds.
They whirl the canvas
They only just now got round to designing a logo.
around to reveal a buxom woman, wearing a pot leaf bra, flipping the bird, and riding
pot
atop
leaf
giant
bra?
flying
Okay.
because-
I know weed. Okay, I know weed memorabilia is like popular because I've been to Spencer's a lot, but like, dang, I still don't get it.
I
still don't.
I saw like a full store dedicated to that in Italy at one point.
I don't get the whole weed
Huh.
memorabilia, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what is there to remember? If you're still consuming the product, why do you need memorabilia to commemorate that? I don't know.
Pretty kick-ass, right?
It's like a pinup.
Sex sells, Emma.
Oh,
Whoa,
no, I
okay.
don't like that. That's not our brand. Perky's Buds is about.
I mean, sex does
raging
sell technically, and I mean, I guess it does make sense to like use sex to sell something like weed because weed is definitely used by mostly adults. I mean, I know sometimes teenagers do it, but they're not supposed to do it. But you know, like I mean,
It's
you
just
know, if you really want
you can't afford to do that. So you can't afford to,
But if you really-
officially,
I'll say
you
I
want-
definitely think I know more teen users of it than I do adults.
Yeah, I said
I mean-
should. I didn't say you know.
I mean, because considering the age that you are right now, you probably know more teens than adults in general.
against the capitalist patriarchy in like a chill way while still making tons of money. This drawing is like too favoring of the male gaze.
Oh, you're favoring me? Awesome. Thank you. Oh man, I just love
Aiden-
it when people favor the male gaze. I mean, we all know we're the best.
Aiden, based on the description of the logo that we had before, I don't think it's favoring your particular male gaze.
I know that's a joke, though. Whenever
Yeah,
someone
as in
says that
there are
term,
no
I just
males
find
to
it.
base
I
it
just
on
find
for
it
you.
hilarious because I mean, I could make a joke about it. Be like,
Right.
oh, thank you. I love it when people favor me.
Yeah, some people favor the male gaze. Aiden favors males to gaze.
Oh, it's my gaze, and I like tickle bitties.
Oh,
You know what?
tickle bitties?
Perky,
What? straight
You should-
people. Am I
Have you
right?
never heard? Have you never heard that before? Even
No. I've heard of. No. Straight
I've
people.
heard. Okay.
Well, he's not really into him, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but I thought like on the, just like general internet. So that's what I meant.
Like a dog. A good dog.
Okay. Yeah, that could work.
Bestiality?
A dog.
No.
With diabetes.
Let's put a pin in this for
Oh,
now.
what?
We've got more important work to do.
Emma pulls out a baggie of her signature weed.
Like testing the product. Maintain quality control.
Oh my god. You're testing a product so much there isn't gonna be a product to sell.
I'm gonna assume that the farm has enough acres to cover whatever these two would test.
A few hours later, an extremely stoned Emma lies
I
on
don't
the
blame you,
couch.
KW.
She doesn't
Bye
realize
for now.
it, but she's been staring in silence at Ziggy's pinup girl logo for the past 30 minutes. Suddenly, the buxom girl winks at Emma, or at least, Emma thinks she does. Emma winks back.
See, the problem with like when the nightmare stuff happens is that you could technically say it's just like a bad drug trip and no one would question it.
You know what?
Depends on how much
You
weed you
grow-
smoked and how high you are at the time.
This is true. Yep.
Hang on me.
Outside, there's a rustling. Ziggy jumps.
What was that? Did you hear something or did I?
I don't get much of a jump from them at that point.
Calm down, Ziggs. You're paranoid. It's making me paranoid.
Sorry. I was just, I was thinking about those Republicans from earlier.
What?
Ooh.
Which ones? Grayson.
Which one? Yeah, we have told two different.
Two sets of Republicans in Hatchetfield. Oh dear.
You think they're gonna come kill us?
No.
I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised.
the second batch were armed, so.
I was thinking about how they're gonna cancel out my vote in the next election. Oh, but they could kill us, couldn't they?
I mean, also, yeah. Also, one person could cancel out your vote in the next election. There were 6 of them in total.
Oh my god, your
holy
vote doesn't
shit.
matter anymore.
Oh, they could kill us.
Ziggs.
Oh my god,
Relax.
calm down.
They pointed a gun at you not 24
Calm
hours
down. I
ago.
thought weed's supposed to calm you.
Didn't you also say that stoned you would be extremely paranoid? I don't know if it
Yeah,
was
but that's because I have very high anxiety and I get.
Well, maybe Ziggs does too. We don't know.
I don't know. I mean, my anxiety is so high that I can't even get good night's sleep without dreaming out my anxieties constantly. So trust me, weed would weed would cause the opposite effect on me. It would make all my anxieties all of a sudden worse.
I
Your
will say
your anxiety is so high you get anxious while high. There you go.
Right, I was about to say I've definitely heard that it actually helps anxiety. That's definitely what I've heard.
Yeah, but some people it doesn't. It depends on the person. But I know how I work. I know how I work.
Have you had weed?
No, but trust me, I
You
know
how
how
you
I
work?
work. Also, I get anxious when I'm not in full control of myself. When I'm
This
not in
is,
full control of myself, it causes my anxiety to get higher too. I
This
prefer
is
to have
just
full.
reminding me of this reminded me of people in my primary school who kept on saying like, oh, they say you don't like meat. It's like I don't know if I like meat or not. Oh, well then why didn't you try it? You want to know if you'll like it? It's like, yeah, no thanks.
Emma sits up and stuffs a donut into her mouth. She decides the time has come for her farmhand to know the truth. The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
I'm gonna tell you something, Ziggs. The secret of Perky's buds. You ever wonder why we grow such good weed?
Because we're on magical
Am I
plant
going to-
area because we cut down all the trees.
Maybe. Are we going to find out the Perky's Bud secret formula?
We're terrible farmers.
Oh shit.
Well, yeah, because you keep smoking while working. I wouldn't be surprised if you're not good at farming weed because you're probably so high you don't even know how to do it properly half the time.
They have like a combine harvester, but there's no like straight tracks whatsoever. It just does zigzags everywhere.
It doesn't even matter. Not even a little. Back in high school, I used to grow pot in my closet. Like, I didn't even know it needed light. I forgot to water it, the dog pissed all over it.
And you gave it to people? Oh, God. Oh, no.
That weed flourished. And worked on Pop Bomb's Alternate
I will
20s,
note
and I was like,
that I've had friends who have claimed that the right way to start weed for most people is to start doing it in your toilet like most people do, apparently.
Ew! No!
It's definitely what I hear.
Where do they, you know, hopefully they don't just have the one bathroom when they do that, because,
Mom goes into the bathroom. What's this horrible smell?
she went to school for botany, you think it would be better, but remember, Higgins was her biology teacher. I feel like Higgins would probably at least know a thing or two. But who knows, he might have been distracted, let's say.
why is this so hard for these guys? Growing pot's easy.
Incidentally, my mum one time had a roommate in, I think it was college actually, and he apparently was used to grow these plants that she had never seen before, and so at one point she became curious as to what they actually were. Turns out they were pot plants, and you know, she didn't want those, like, you know, around like the actual house itself because they were just everywhere in the house. So at one point, I don't know if she might have like looked it up, might have been a little bit too early to, you know, like for internet stuff, maybe library or something, I don't know. Either way, she investigated into how to dispose of them, didn't really come up with any plans until offering to actually water them. Apparently if you water them with boiling water, that's the best way. And then the guy was like, I don't know why these plants are doing fine, the ones up in my room are okay. At that point, she's like, they're in his room, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, you know, plausible deniability.
Well, it's just more of a case of that, you know, that they're out of the way.
And then I found out it's not. It's
You're
like
magic.
really difficult. So how was I churning out that top-notch bud when I had no idea what I was doing?
You have the magic fingers.
Or magic soil or something, one of the two.
I'll tell you. Every plant I ever grew was potted in dirt taken from right here.
Boom!
How dare you use your oracle powers again, Jacob? How dare you? Why can't I have your oracle powers? Can I like absorb them from like close proximity? I would like that.
I think you just have to like host more like streams yourself, whether on your own channel or here or something, and just eventually by osmosis you start like predicting things that are going on.
Witchwood Forest. It's the soil.
It's in the
Things
weeds.
Grow here. They grow fast and big and different. The soil here? Magic.
Magic.
Dang it.
It's magic. And the trees are magic. Do you think that's why those dudes were so mad that we chopped them all down?
I
Probably.
don't give a shit about trees. They're Republicans. They just want to scare us off the land so they can have all my weed for themselves.
I don't know if they want it or not. They just want something to blame, I guess.
I mean,
or someone
you know,
to blame.
One of them has chewing tobacco, so clearly he's already got a different fix.
Oh yeah, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, the one that says daddy all the time.
Oh. I mean, yes. Oh.
One of the farmhouse windows
And speaking of
explodes
him-
and a brick comes hurtling into the living room. The front door is kicked down and the Metzger brothers stomp in.
There we go. See? And look again, another transition. You can't. I mean, he's still talking currently. There's not a Clark Kent thing.
Wielding torches and hatchets.
We warned you, Perky.
Thump. Out in the
I thought he replaced like his gun with a hatchet. Really?
field, the Metzger
Well,
brothers
because we're in
slam
Hatchetfield.
I suppose it is a hatchet, and they are currently in a field, so maybe that's why.
shovels into the dirt and gaze down at their handiwork.
As you know, why the town's called Hatchetfield. It comes up in Nerdy Prudes later.
Emma and
Yeah,
Ziggs have been
but, you
almost
know.
entirely buried. Only their heads poke out of the ground, like ripe melons.
Look, guys, you're overreacting. We were right about to pack up and leave when you came barging in.
The time for talk is over.
This is called
The
murder,
Metzger kids
dude.
part
Dude, they could get you arrested.
Indeed.
Lounging on its sedan
Well, if they survive, obviously.
chair. A hatchet.
I mean, you know,
I
if
mean, it's
they're
kind of
nearby-
hard to it's kind of hard to call the police at this precise moment in time.
lamp.
Bob. Big Bob.
Big
Daddy.
Bird.
What
That.
a deal.
Oh. Oh
Yes,
my. Why'd
he
you
is
call-
because the brothers all call him daddy, and he is their dad. That is why.
Why would you call him that? No.
Because
only
everyone
I'm-
else does.
Only I'm allowed to. Only me.
Like,
me
he doesn't say
alone.
that.
Once, Aiden. You haven't said it
Exa-
once to him.
Daddy
Well,
also
it's not
isn't
the point.
necessarily sexual.
Well, it can be.
I'll give you.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be.
Not in this case. That's
You're the
thing.
one making it sexual.
Listen, my brain is cursed. We've been over this.
Suddenly, I'm glad my cousin wasn't able to get rid of that parental lock.
Parental lock.
Oh yeah, my cousin was gonna join the chats tonight, but couldn't like get the video to work. I even sent like a link directly. It said it wasn't available.
Wait, how's your cousin?
Not important. So probably the
What, is he like a kid? Because like, dang.
no, she is.
Again,
Yeah,
not-
okay.
she is.
Ballpark kid. I wasn't gonna say the exact age.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't know if these streams are very family friendly on the.
Oh, no,
button.
I did-
Maybe your channel's more family friendly, but not.
I
this.
know. I did warn her about that. She's seen some videos on my channel before. She's the reason I made the Toka Life World video back in the day.
Oh.
But yeah, so I did warn her that this is gonna probably have some horror elements. It's gonna run on for hours, and that YouTube would probably swear because he's not used to hearing me swear. So yeah, she said she was gonna be fine with all that stuff, but yeah, probably at this.
Yeah,
stage,
I would just feel
oh, no.
bad if like she joined and like it's like, oh, don't
Should've
join
joined
when I'm being crude. That would I feel bad about that. I don't.
Yeah,
wanna-
no, I was going to if she did manage to join, I would have like mentioned that right at the beginning of the video and just see how YouTube would have reacted as a response because that would have been hilarious. But yeah, didn't happen.
3% of our annual profits. My final offer.
How many trees you think you cut down for this cannabis? Let me explain something.
Are you a tree person?
Yes,
tree
that was the
hugger?
thing he said in the previous scene with him.
I know. Are you a tree hugger? Because trees aren't that sexy. Unlike
They're
you.
pretty good for the environment, though.
I was gonna say there's no trees to hug currently in this field.
Not that I think anyone. Well, actually, you know what? No, he's using nicotine gum. Actually, maybe he's just really into the environment.
Well, that was what his son was using chewing tobacco before.
Some folk in this town are born different.
Bored from trees?
Yeah, but born to be immortal like yourself.
In the old days, they called it having a touch of the gift. But whose gift? It is unclean, vile sorcery. It is the sworn duty of the Hatchetmen to collect these freaks and bring them here.
I remember you.
No, wait, you murdered people in the soil? Ew!
I'm not sure if he's saying he did specifically, but he knew people that did. He probably was involved too.
Yeah.
And also the implication is that the people end up becoming the trees because the souls were transferred somehow.
And that's why it's magical soil.
Ritual frees them of their tainted flesh and gives them a new body with bark and leaf.
There we go. Yeah.
Their roots and canopies make a net to catch all that bad magic,
I'm not counting that one as an oracle thing because it was kind of obvious.
so that it may not
Well,
seep
it's not
into
just
the
obvious. We were told that
That's
in,
why.
in season 1.
Well, okay.
precious skin of any more beautiful babies.
Babies?
Oh, what an unfortunate way. Babies. Mmm.
Yeah, remember when you said some people are born with the gift? They probably find that out pretty early.
No, I know that, but like him immediately going.
Are you
"Mm,"
killing
was
babies?
weird.
Like, are you literally like, oh, you're a baby who's special? Die!
I refer you back to what I said previously about him maybe not doing it himself, but probably. We don't know. He knew people that did back in the olden days.
The floodgates. Now every teeny bopper in town is susceptible to this malady. You took all the power built up in that soil, and you smoked it.
Well, it's not my fault. I didn't know there were dead people in the soil. How was I supposed to know? You didn't tell me.
Yeah,
You could've discussed it with me.
To quote Adam Sandler, things that should have been brought to my attention yesterday.
I hate it when scenarios like this come up where it's like something horrific's been going on and you tell me at the last minute. It's like, you know,
You're gonna love Nerdy
if
Prudes,
you would have told me it a lot sooner, I would have understood more. But now you're telling me it's too late. Thank you.
I don't know about that because this feels like something that the general population probably does know. It's probably just a full. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
why would you know if there's dead people in the soil here?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? This sounds like the why wouldn't you? Sounds like the most basic of folklore information. Like I feel like most people are probably aware of it. They just don't necessarily believe it.
General folklore.
Okay, fine. That might be the case.
You don't. Plus, not to mention, not everyone knows about every bit of folklore. To be fair,
no, but of your own town.
In Hatchetfield, if this is town folklore, they probably would have been told, even if it is like an urban legend or something. You know, the kind of thing that you might say to like a child to behave when they're younger or something like that.
Yeah.
Now you will atone. You will be the first in a new crop.
No.
Yeah, bear in mind, I know he said crop, but it sounded like something else.
All right, boys.
Top.
Let's clear out all this shit. We got some planting to do.
Oh, is the main character gonna die already?
He plows
Judging by the video, we're about halfway through, so probably not.
directly into
Yeah, it's supposed to be like.
The twirling blades of the front-mounted wheat cutter leave nothing but flattened, shredded pot leaves in their wake.
My weed!
That's what you're more concerned about than I tell you! Who cares about the weed? You're going to die! You can plant more weed if you survive.
This is true.
These two put an end to this. Perky's buds. Once and for...
Plop. A glob of white liquid falls from the sky and splats across the front of Bob's shirt.
What the fuck?
Oh my
He
god,
looks
this
down
guy's
at
coming.
his chest, then up.
I was gonna. In my head, I was like, Aiden, say nothing. Aiden, say nothing.
Birds circling overhead.
Oh, birds.
Mars points to the
No, wait, the
splatter of
birds ate the weed. The birds have been enchanted or something.
I suppose.
crap on Bob's shirt.
I heard that's good luck, Daddy.
No, that's not good luck.
Yeah, it happened to me once in school. Did not bring me good luck.
You have a fixation
Yeah, no, that's
with
kind of
me,
gross.
and I have had it up to here with you.
Plop, plop, plop. Suddenly, all around them, white pellets begin raining down. Bob Metzger watches as the birds are joined by another flock, flying in from the east, then another from the south. Soon, birds swarm from every direction.
Never underestimate a flock of birds' collective drug addiction. They will do whatever it takes to defend their stash.
Surging into a swirling avian maelstrom. Spit hangs from Bob's slack jaw. He can
Avian
hear what must
maelstrom, I
be
love that.
thousands of birds screaming to each other overhead. And not just any birds. Nighthawks. The
Of course it was Nighthawks.
stare up at the entire checkertail nighthawk.
Or if they only live here, then, if there are thousands of them, that's a lot of Nighthawks for one island.
Population blanketing the sky.
Could be a big island.
And I thought the bird sound effects they've used in this entire video have just not been consistent birds at all. It's just completely different birds every time.
Look at them all.
Yeah, I don't think
What
they're
do they
very
want?
happy. You might want to run away.
I ain't never seen anything like...
Suddenly, the
Yeah, they're either stoned or have indigestion, possibly both.
thousands of nighthawks dive in perfect, horrifying unison. A wave of
The birds, not the birds!
each slashing with their claws.
Ah, they're in my
flesh
eyes.
Bit by bit.
So, we said before that it's a bit like Birdemic, Aiden? I think you were right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Birdemic!
Yeah, all they need now is coat hangers and static PNG images that don't move when they're being swatted at. Anyway, don't know what's happening, but hi. There's a flock of birds that are attacking, 4 Republicans using their beaks
who
and
have
their
been trying to
factories.
murder 2 weed farmers who've been planting weed on like sacred ground.
There you go.
That is
Moments,
magical.
Louise, nothing more than a gore-soaked
crazy.
skeleton. Ropes of mangled skin hanging from it.
I guess it's even like a little bit in time, actually. Think about
Lars
it.
Metzger flees the attacking birds. He dives into a thicket of pot plants, hiding in the dirt, safe, until the enormous tractor tears through the field.
It's very apparent to me that some of these Starkid members are much more willing to make themselves look like fools in the privacy of their own home on stage than others. You know, some of them will be like, others will be like, interesting variety here.
Carl is dead at the wheel, torn apart by nighthawks.
And yes, how
Lars
lovely
watches
indeed.
the blades of the wheat cutter whirl towards him. Daddy! Bob
There we
Metzger
go.
falls from his
Better.
sedan chair. The flock engulfs him.
Get out of here! You goddamn birds!
Nah, the birds want to eat you now.
Yeah, can't shoot them either. Grace Chastity will sue you.
Ziggs look on in horror as Bob is pecked to bloody bits.
Question: Are we allowed to kill the birds in self-defense, though? Just legally speaking, if an endangered animal is trying to murder me,
I think there's an
Do I
actual
ever-
real life. There's an actual real life answer to that. I don't know what it is, but I know there's an actual real life response.
Hey,
It's
look,
like-
man, one's
listen.
endangered and the other one is causing the endangerment. Let's weigh the scales.
Mm-hmm.
listen, I ain't dying by animal.
Amongst the chaos and the death,
We are the
and
animal,
the thunder
though.
of wings, a shovel comes careening towards Emma and Ziggs. Whack! It knocks both of them over the head. Then
They just get like three stooges nyucked with their heads put together.
darkness. Emma's eyes flutter open. The morning sun streams in through the window. She rises from her bed, groggily.
Oh, thank you, birds.
Well, it wasn't. I think it was whoever took her, like one who was using the shovel. As the birds formed like a massive hand or something.
Yeah, how they get to bed? They were literally in the
Last night
ground.
is a blur.
I believe they have been moved while unconscious by the person who hit them with a shovel. Just spitballing that one.
She remembers something happened. She looks down to see she's covered in dirt. She walks into Ziggy's room and shakes them awake.
Ziggs, wake up.
Are they related?
Ziggy's
No, they just live on the farm together.
filthy from head to toe.
Huh?
What happened last night?
Wait, what if them smoking the weed allows them to control the birds, whether they know it or not?
I mean, I thought the birds were just, protecting their fix, but maybe.
Because, like, if the
Oh,
birds
no, I
have
thought that
had,
immediately
if the
after he
birds
said
have
it was
had bit of the plants, what if them smoking gives them ability to control the birds as long as birds have ate the plant recently, therefore giving them
Or-
a whole army?
Or alternatively, since I forgot Bob, that's was his name. Since Bob mentioned, I almost called him Daddy. Since Bob mentioned that in the olden days they used to sacrifice the people who were born with a particular gift of some kind, without describing what said gift might be, presumably tied to nature. One of
The
these
gift
two
is
might
for
actually
birds.
have, yes. Well, or includes controlling birds. Maybe it's like more stuff to do with nature as well. It could be that Emma herself, for example,
Is enchanted.
yeah,
in some way.
despite like her mentioning the soil, it's in
not just
combination
the
with her
soil.
her own green thumb.
I think. Wait, I'm remembering.
We almost got murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We got high. Wasn't there also like a fight?
They just see like four pecked corpses on the ground. Oh yeah, the medicines. Yeah, that's right. We've got to hide these. The police.
we gotta hide the bodies.
They run into the bodies. They're like, "Hey, you think they still want this land?"
These birds could probably, clean up the bodies if they want.
They
Hey,
most
birds.
likely did, or
They
they
just
most likely
can't land
already
over.
did. Yeah.
Hey, birds, you want to eat the bodies right now? Just peck them, eat them.
I
Thank
think
you.
nighthawks are different to vultures, but I don't know. Maybe they, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was. About the logo. I said it shouldn't be a person. It should be a nighthawk.
Oh.
Right.
You mean the things we were trying to shoo away until now? That's what your logo should have been? I'm not sure about that one.
Right, a nighthawk. With tiggle bitties.
No,
Oh my god.
yes, there we go.
Come on. Let's see if we got any of those donuts left.
Emma and Ziggs head for the kitchen, but stop dead in their tracks at the foot of the stairs. Their jaws drop.
These
The
are
entire
birds.
farmhouse is filled with checkered-tail nighthawks.
Again, the fact that the eyes are so terrifying.
Perch on every piece of
Just reminds me of Coraline.
furniture. They cover the shelves and cabinets. The floor is
Hi.
in unison.
Hi. Popo's gonna teach you the pecking order.
Oh my.
Not
Mr. Popo! No!
Hey, look, it's literally the pecking order in this case.
Listen, the nighthawks turn their heads to the duo. Then one of the birds hops off the couch and waddles toward them.
And as a human head.
As it does,
Hello, Joe
they
Richter.
hear a voice echo inside their minds.
Good morning, Perky. Ziggs. Are you still as baked as we are?
Emma.
Judging by us talking to a bird, the answer is probably. Also, Pilot's cat's name is Ezekiel. Thank you, Abby, for that one.
I think
I
my
feel like I heard the name
brain
Ezekiel before. Is that like a biblical name?
Yep.
Yes.
It's like I know I heard it from somewhere.
And now it won't leave there we go. Because they did leave the stream for a bit. Ezekiel don't want to go.
The little bird looks up at them.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Ziggy. We took care of the Metzgers. Don't you
Oh.
remember?
I mean, I don't really want to remember. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to remember that.
Previous night come flashing through Emma's head.
It wasn't a dream. You birds.
I wonder if
killed
this
them.
bird is about to start talking about visions.
Mm-hmm.
Had to protect the farm. We couldn't let them destroy the weed.
Yeah, you need a fix.
It's good shit, Emma. The best
Oh.
you've ever tasted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know I make some pretty good weed.
It's the weed that made this conversation possible. Consuming it raised our consciousness to new heights, you could
Oh.
say.
That's
We now
cool.
speak mind to mind.
Oh my god, Emma.
They become morning frost.
Your magic weed.
Just telepathic, for the time being.
Oh.
If we get high enough, who knows the limits of our mental capabilities?
I know the limits. Your vocal cords might, well, that's your physical abilities, I suppose. You're talking about mental stuff. Maybe, you just develop, like, telekinetic
I mean, I guess
powers
you
as
got like
well.
mind control and like, maybe move things to the mind.
God, I hope not. Cut like... There's like a human, like what eyes as the Nighthawks eventually at the end. One of these two, probably.
Why,
Oh
mere
my
months
God.
ago, I was a nameless, thoughtless animal. Now, I speak for the flock. I am Ezekiel.
Well, I mean, I think animals have thoughts. They mostly run on instinct, though. To be fair.
Mm-hmm. I am Ezekiel. I speak for the flock. And none shall harm our precious weed stock.
Leader of the Checkertail Nighthawks.
Hi, Ezekiel.
It's just like a class.
Are you ready to get-
Hi, Ezekiel.
I was thinking more whatever the weed equivalent of Alcoholics Anonymous is.
To work?
Narcotics nameless. Please, like, could someone start that? If that's not a thing already, Alcoholics Anonymous, narcotics nameless. It makes sense. Get on that, people.
Work?
Those men were able to destroy a large swath of the harvest before we could intervene. This is
Oh.
unacceptable. You must plant more.
My name is
And now the
Ezekiel.
plants
I am
are
a
gone.
bird. I have problems.
And they're all quite absurd.
You may expand the farm into their land as well. This
I
will
mean-
please us, and so it is good.
I mean, legally, I don't know if we can do that
I
yet.
don't know if we can do that. They did try to murder us, so I don't
Okay.
know.
At the very least, we can plot more. We can plot more in our land. You know, that's
Okay,
fine.
Yeah, well,
we also,
we
but
can
also,
stop
we
our
also
land
won't,
full of weed.
and we also won't shoot you anymore.
So I know that this is all probably a coincidence, unless he starts talking about visions. Then it's probably a coincidence. But it is interesting that right Ezekiel, weed, and also saying the phrase "and it is good."
Yeah, wasn't Ezekiel one of the prophets in the Bible?
Yeah, he would go around
Yeah,
saying
thought so.
visions.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
We must.
That's why I'm
add
mentioning
more
the visions. And weed in a lot of cultures, well, should I say psychedelics in general, in a lot of cultures would tend to be considered as visionary tools. Prophets and like a lot of
that would explain some of the you know that famous like Bible scene in like the Transfiguration, I think they called it, where Jesus takes like 3 disciples up to a mountain and manages to talk with Moses and I think it was like the Elias the prophet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, who knows what
Yeah, a lot of because I know Scandinavian culture, for instance, they would have prophets and they would just be doing drugs all the time and they'd be like, "Hey, I see these things."
You know, that might explain a lot of the inconsistencies in some like older religions. Yeah.
Nighthawks began hopping up and down, chirping. More weed.
More weed. More.
Hey, we get it. You guys are jonesing. But there are like human laws we have to consider. That's not my property.
There you
Human
go.
laws are
See?
irrelevant. They mean nothing to us birds. We shit
Okay.
on your institutions. We rage against the capitalist patriarchy.
Okay.
You know
so
what?
I'm going to bring up the fact that that earlier when talking about the logo design, Emma mentioned that Perky's Buzz, one of the missions was to you know, I know she said rage against particularly, but she did say go against the capitalist patriarchy particularly. So that choice of phrasing is important.
It concerns
my
us that you
God.
slept until 9:30. You're losing precious daylight. Don't you think you should?
I'm sorry, I'm dealing with trauma of almost being murdered and coming down from a high. I'm dealing with stuff.
And being
God.
hit with a shovel, because if that person isn't here anymore, that's you think that Ezekiel would have known about that.
Work?
Work.
Yeah, well, get right on that.
Right.
Out in the field, Ziggy prunes the crops while Ezekiel and a dozen other Nighthawks look on.
I can't believe this. Growing weed for a bunch of birds. What's so sad about this?
Ziggy pockets their shears and starts back to the farmhouse.
Where do you think you're going?
To drop a deuce?
What does this mean? To drop a deuce.
You know what 9:30 is, we don't know what drop a deuce means.
To take a shit?
Ezekiel turns to one of his bird companions.
Humans puzzle me, Isaac.
So
You pooped on him! You literally pooped 5 minutes last night on them to death.
Yeah.
Partially.
BB, shall we mention Isaac as a name?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Biblical
Yeah.
birds. Biblical
Dude,
birds.
And I guess now that I think about it, birds also
birds.
tend to have spiritual connotations and a lot of stuff, huh?
Well, yeah, the Holy Spirit was a dove. Well, it took a dove form at one point.
I mean,
Maybe
also
this
a
is
lot
more
of
connected to
a lot of
Bible than
Asian
we're giving
cultures
credit
also.
for, actually. Maybe this
Asian
is religious.
cultures had like birds.
I mean, you've
like,
given it all the credit in the world for connections to the Bible, so I think we're accurately, accurate levels of credit here.
I'm just gonna go back to the house and drop that deuce.
Initially, I was thinking it might be a coincidence, but now that you bring that up, I'm just like, oh, I guess these are stacking up.
If I don't, it's like if I never poop, I will die. So and I can't make weed if I'm dead.
Well, no,
You
I mean,
see
it'll,
what I
it'll
mean?
come out one way or another, whether you want it or not.
I
And this
will
is-
die. I will get dysentery. I'm not getting dysentery and dying.
Well, if we're talking about dysentery, that might be where the Trail to Oregon connection comes in. Anyone who's seen Trail to Oregon knows exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta go when you gotta go.
It's unacceptable. The time spent walking to the house and back will be wasted. You will do.
How
as
about the
birds
time
do.
us discussing it? Isn't this kind of wasted time?
Yeah. Also,
Genius.
there's a finite there's a finite plot of land they can use anyway, even if they do go into the Metzgers, and not every part of the weed has been destroyed. So consume that part first, wait for them to, finish buying the rest of it, and then continue. This is not the end of the world. But then again, they are bird brains, so that, even if they are sentient, it doesn't necessarily mean they're smart yet.
Ezekiel lifts his tail and drops a poop splatter without missing a beat.
Quickly, efficiently, then back to work.
But I wear clothes, genius.
Mm-hmm.
Right
I'm not
here?
shitting in nature. What the fuck?
Hello, Starkid. Fantastic. What's my first role going to involve? Ah, well, you see.
Of course.
I'll hold it.
This causes you discomfort. Unacceptable. You will shit. Right now.
Oh. No. What the? No. I will eat you.
I
will cook. I will cook Nighthawks too. Do not test me.
You weren't here for this part, by the way, but yeah, I did mention like in one of the comments that this is the part they brought up. The flock of sentient birds forcing a non-binary farmer to poop in a field.
Yeah.
As the sun sets, an exhausted Emma and Ziggs trudge back to the farmhouse.
Thank goodness we cut away, jeez.
Dozens of watchful Nighthawks circling overhead.
I do kind of love the idea, though, of you didn't cut away. You just see them slowly dip down below camera.
Mm-hmm.
No, shit in front of them. From now on, we're gonna have to watch where we step.
Look, you better do something about these birds, or you're gonna lose your farmhand, and...
I mean, I might not have the best sense of smell.
You're not gonna lose the farmhand. You're gonna lose your life.
your graphic designer.
I'll think of something.
What they're trying to say is they're going to resign, not that,
When they get back to the
They're
farmhouse,
going
they
to
find
die before that happens.
That seems like a risk they're willing to take. What can I say?
Ezekiel sitting in a rocking chair on the front porch.
We're displeased by your progress today. You'll do better tomorrow.
They spend more time
No.
tracking their progress than they did actually like consuming the product themselves. I think they're eventually going to come off their high and they're not going to realize.
He cocks his head at the two disheveled humans.
You seem fatigued.
We've been working non-stop all day. We're tired.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. We can't do anything if we're hungry. And wouldn't you know it, there's not a scrap of food in the house.
Well,
Aren't they still? Oh, I guess they must have finished the donuts from before.
I've got some chips in my room.
We need to go into town to get something to eat. So we can work. No foodie,
Yeah, of course.
no worky.
This is unacceptable.
Well, it's gonna have to be acceptable.
Are they gonna have a scene where all the birds fly off and bring them worms to consume or something? I hope not.
Leave. You will be tempted not to return. You may seek help. You may bring other humans with guns. Humans who can aim.
He remembers. He was the Nighthawk from before at the start of the video, probably. But then again, bringing more humans, that could also mean more labor.
Don't you want more help?
You will never go into town again.
But
you will eat as us birds eat.
I'm not eating worms. You're
What?
going to have to kill me before that. And keep in mind, if you kill me, you won't get your weed. Therefore, let me go into town, or you're not going to get your dang weed.
Oh.
By the way,
I will say worms actually aren't that bad, but
Oh my god, BP, do not eat worms!
I think
I'm just saying, scientifically speaking, they aren't that bad. They're actually quite good, like health-wise. The problem is that I don't think they can bring enough worms, which they should really bring back. Which they should really bring up to Ezekiel here.
Well, I mean, they just mentioned like there were 1,000 of them, so you never know. But also, we want to take a moment to praise a momentous occasion here. Abby gushing over a man.
Oh man,
that's the first time I've seen that. I think.
And you will use your opposable thumbs to grow weed. This is the contract. It is what we desire, and so it is good.
No,
well, I disagree.
Which of you
No,
will be
contracts definitely have to be signed.
I think he mentioned it is good, which is the thing that Bob also said in his first scene.
first?
Look, a contract needs to be negotiated.
Her.
Right, yeah.
Nighthawks. Feed Emma.
Suddenly, hundreds of Nighthawks descend on Emma.
Whoa, hey, what are you doing?
The masses of birds stick their
Marketing
talons
multitudes.
into her mouth, prying it open. Then,
No,
all at once,
no,
birds begin blasting her.
ew!
This is what counts
I'm
as
not
worse than worms.
listening.
Yep.
I'm not listening.
Projectile vomit. Within less than a second, her mouth
Lauren Lopez is still smiling. It's like, good, so I do more of these? Okay, great. Bah.
is overflowing with a frothy soup of
This a good
bugs,
take, man? No,
chicken
keep going.
bones, and worms. Then the horde of birds releases her and scatters into the air. Emma collapses, spitting, retching.
I was.
I did not read How to Eat Fried Worms in 5th grade, for the record.
Now you, Ziggs.
No, dude, no, I'm not hungry.
Ziggs backs away, but the
I
birds
will
around
kill
them
myself
as well.
before
They
I
latch
eat
onto
your bird worm.
forcing the mouth open.
No, I can't do this. Is this shit even vegan?
The Nighthawks proceed.
Well,
That's a fair question.
wait, are worms vegan?
No, they're worms.
Oh.
What kind of question
I
is
don't
that?
know. I mean, normally when it comes to like being vegan, you like talk about like chickens and stuff like that. You don't normally talk about literal bugs.
Aiden, let me ask you a question.
I don't know. It never.
Aiden, let me ask you a question. What do you think
Vegan means.
have you? Well, sure, there's that, but also, do you
But
know
worms
what
are
happens
worms
to our
are
body?
no worms
Do you
are
know what happens
bugs.
to our body
Worms
after
are
that?
bugs, and
They're not
bugs don't actually have meat. They have like carnage or whatever. They have carnage. They don't have. They're not made out of like
Carnage
any
and
form of
meat come
flesh.
from the same denomination. You studied
Do
Latin.
you know what happens to our bodies after death? Better yet, do you know what one of the biggest issues in dogs are whenever
When we
they're
die, our
whenever they're
bodies become
puppies?
the grass, Simba.
Like,
Worms eat the grass.
in fact, would you like to hear about how one of my puppies died a couple years ago?
No! Why would I want to hear that?
Okay,
To
I think we're
prove
getting
a point here.
I think we're getting a little bit off topic here. The point
No,
is...
it's on topic.
All right, fine. Go on.
So, okay, fine. I guess if you
Chaos.
want to hear it, sure. So yeah, I used to have a puppy. We had her, because I named her Alina. We had her for a little bit.
Wait,
And
did you name her
Was
after
the
the
one-
Half-Mouth character?
Was the other one named
Yes.
Lilith?
No.
Dang it.
Yes, I did name her after Aphma's kid. Yeah, so her name was Alina. She was a puppy. She wasn't very playful, though. We were unsure why. It should be important to note here that they were taken from their mother a bit early. And so, you know, she's just chilling. We're like, oh, she'll probably be fine. But because she was so young, she couldn't get shots or anything, including for worms.
I don't want to hear
I
this.
came back
I really
from school
don't.
one day.
No.
And someone was cold and asleep because their heart was missing.
So I think what BB was trying to allude to from here is the fact that, you know, if something is able to move around, consume something else, and essentially, I guess,
Worms aren't vegan. They ate my dog's heart out. Jesus,
Okay.
how much?
Okay, hold on. Okay, BB, I think you also misinterpreted what Aiden was asking before.
BB, I was talking about the idea of eating worms, not worms themselves.
Yeah, so what Aiden was saying was actually
Worms
even
eat
dumber than what
dead
you interpreted.
things or decaying things. That's kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
so
Eat
Aiden was
anything.
so BB, Aiden was actually being even dumber than you gave him credit for. So yeah, so what worms are not a vegan dish is what Aiden was asking, because obviously not. Like they are part of the
They move, Aiden. What do
animals-
you think? They live.
Well, vegans eat fish and fish move.
No, they don't. Vegans do not eat fish. Where did you hear this?
They also aren't
What?
vegans.
Well, no, vegetarians are the ones who don't eat fish normally.
Okay.
Worms aren't vegans. They are also not a vegan dish. There's nothing involved in veganism with worms.
Here come the migraines. Okay, so that
Listen, I'm not a vegan. I don't know this stuff.
It's a worm.
okay.
I'm not a vegan.
Okay, so what you're thinking of, the people who will eat fish but not like other types of meat, they are pescatarians, which is a type of vegetarian, which is a bit of a weird term because obviously veggie means vegetable, so therefore kind of a bit of a thing. Vegans are people who not eat anything from the animal kingdom or animal products. So, no dairy, no eggs either, or anything that was once alive and also moving.
Or could have
part
been
of the kingdom of
alive and moving.
Animalia.
So wait, you guys aren't allowed to eat spiders either?
Well, you're saying you guys, I'm not vegan, but
Good God.
Well, vegetarian.
I mean, either way, no, because spiders are also animals.
They're in
Aiden, Aiden, that's what happens to your bacteria and stuff when you sleep. There are tiny little things crawling within your that keep us clean. You don't eat any of them.
Okay, so yeah. So for the record, insects and arachnids count as animals. I don't know why that needs to be stated.
Okay, so yes, hello, howdy, hi.
Right.
Aiden learns what an animal is today, guys.
Well, listen, it's very confusing.
No, it is.
No.
How is it confusing? What?
How about this? If it moves, you can't eat it. And it can't. Okay, correction. If it moves on its own, you can't eat it. Technically, wind moves plants.
Don't eat wind. Don't eat oxygen.
Right. Continuing.
Chat, have you learned anything? If any of you were confused about what an animal is.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I hope so.
Ziggy's mouth with buckets of piping hot vomit.
Piping hot?
Yeah, piping hot. I guess it's been inside their bodies, so maybe they've warmed it up. As warm-blooded creatures, I suppose. Or is that too specific an animal classification for this stream?
Ziggs falls to the ground beside Emma. Ezekiel is pleased.
Now, go to bed. Rest. Tomorrow you will work harder.
Okay.
The two rise miserably and shamble toward the farmhouse. Ezekiel
Regarding the souls of bugs, I recommend watching Team Starkid Starship. Okay, fair enough. If we're going by the Bible, technically humans are the animals with souls, but obviously, I say I use the Bible and technically in the same sentence. That's already scrutinizing there.
stops them.
Not upstairs. The barn is acceptable for you. The house is ours now. We're going to get stoned and watch Netflix. Preferably.
So they know how to use Netflix? Can they?
Man, what is
hold on.
this,
They
Animal
need
Farm?
wait. They need their opposable thumbs to grow the weed in the first place, but not to operate a remote. They could use like a manual set on the TV and just like headbutt it with to
No,
change
yeah,
the
that's,
channel.
let's say you could just like peck the remote with your beak.
I guess without lifting it. At some point, they're going to have to change the batteries.
I am back from my grossed out panic attack.
Are we any clearer on what counts as an animal now?
Shush!
That night in the barn, Emma paced
You can peck a remote. You'll break it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're really slow with pecking the remote, maybe.
I guess they could use their feet in theory. Again, if they figure out how the thing operates in the first place.
And I don't know how precise, how many bones are in birds' feet to be super precise with your movements.
You know, now I'm thinking about this. I remember there was a Stephen King book. I think there was a similar idea that something. It was machines at that point, but it was some people. A few people were having had their intelligence super enhanced. I'm surprised it's this selective. You know, considering that they have also, you know, tested their own product for quality control. In the words of Emma, you think that their intelligence also would have been enhanced, probably exponentially in comparison to the birds. But you know. I don't know these things. I don't like or trust birds.
Me too.
Lies on a pile of hay rolling a joint.
That's all right. For all we know, before this stream, Aiden might not have known what a bird was either.
These buds is my dream. I'm not gonna let it get hijacked by a bunch of birds. How are we gonna get rid of them?
Oh, I don't know. We could get a cat. Right? Cats chase birds.
How are we going to find a cat if we're not allowed to leave?
They'll eat the cat alive. The cat won't last long.
Unless you get an army of cats.
True. Are there enough cats in Hatchetfield? Maybe. Again, they'd also have to leave the farm to get a cat in the first place.
To these birds, we need at least...
No. They're allowed to leave the farm. They aren't allowed to go into town.
So they need to find a pet store that isn't in town.
They need to... I guess, but they could also just search the
that has
wilderness.
enough cats as well in order to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. They need to wrangle wild cats.
Yes, that's it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just. Word of advice. You know, real life wild cats don't exactly have their head in the game all the time.
No, they don't. But they might be able to get into the head of those
Thank
cats.
you, Aiden. You saw where I was going with that.
Cats start eating the weed, then the cats will get smart, and then we'll be working for a bunch of cats.
Well, I mean, that is
Just
also
get
a
1,000
huge
dogs to
possibility.
Cats will probably act the exact same way.
Well, then the dogs are gonna eat the weed.
Mm-hmm.
You see the issue here?
Yeah, this is just becoming Pulcino Pio.
Well, actually, dogs might be fine. They might just want pets in return.
Matter if the dogs get smart because dogs are nice and they'd never do this to us.
Right?
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
I
Thank
honestly
you,
think
Izzy.
if dogs were smart enough, they would do this to us.
It depends on the dog.
Get to the car, so this is all a moot point. What else could scare off?
That's true. You probably can't trust a chihuahua.
I mean, what do birds not like? Glass. You cover yourself in glass or like in
You
a glass
smash through-
sheet.
Inefficiency?
They cover. Where do they find a glass sheet? Also, how does one make a glass sheet?
I don't know, but they can't see glass.
Then it would. Then how do they don't like it? So they.
But they can't see glass, so you can you could use it as a shield.
Until
if we're talking
until
about
they
doing
peck
a
through it, and then
shield-
you have glass in your eyes.
I mean,
well,
you'd have to find some way to get the materials and the time, but I guess the closest way to doing that would be to get chainmail armor.
Yeah. Okay. Next time the Hatchetfield Renaissance fair's around, maybe that might happen.
I mean, they'd have to get into town for that, but
Of course, unless the Renaissance fair also happens at the remote pet store location that sells 1,000 cats.
Crow? Scarecrow.
No, but these aren't crows, Emma. They're not.
oh, they could find a Minecraft mansion somewhere.
They could.
Those
That
have
probably
plenty of
belongs to the
cats.
Whalens, though.
Doesn't matter. They're dumb birds. This is gonna work.
They're not dumb enough.
Yeah,
They're smart enough to be a major threat.
I will
He's
note
not
here
fun.
that they gained a higher level of consciousness, but is there like a mathematical equation for that? Because, like, technically speaking, right, animals, in particular birds, are smarter than a lot of other animals. What if
We'll
you
leave that-
get like an exceptionally stupid animal? I mean,
I suppose, yeah. That's yeah, probably. Just like get a bunch of mice or something.
right? Well, aren't mice also smart?
I was gonna say rats. I thought rats were the smart ones. I might have got the order wrong.
Are they
Not
both?
long enough.
Aren't they both smart? Is one of them dumb?
No idea. Anyway,
To reach the car. Then we can go get all those cats.
Right. You know what? We should just get the dogs too while we're out.
Why don't the birds just, what if the birds peck the tires? Hold on, are you gonna try and fit 1,000 cats and 1,000 dogs into one singular car? Good grief, you are high.
Obviously.
Oh man, riding in the car with all those dogs. This.
How do you wait? What if you get a match and you burn all the weed, and all the fumes will go up, blurring all the birds' visions because of all thing. The huge fire will attract someone from town. Like the birds will be distracted, their weed will be gone, and the fire will attract someone from town. Therefore, you're saved.
I'm remembering, but this is a good idea. I'm just remembering. I think there was a joke in. I don't know if it was The Simpsons or Family Guy, but at one point, they illegalized weed again, in Springfield / Quahog. Again, I don't remember which show it was. And by court order, it all had to be burned. And so they start burning them, and then it pans over, and there's a bunch of people just going.
Why'd you go with burning? Oh no!
That's what this reminded me of. Otherwise, a good idea. If anything, the birds would be a bit distracted by the fumes. Then some might they might just forget what they were going to do. Call for help or whatever.
Well,
all right. Let's make a scarecrow.
Well, you don't need a call for help in that case. You know why?
Because it's the bonfire. Yeah, people will just go to it. Yeah.
Give me your clothes.
Yeah.
Emma grabs Ziggy's shirt and tries to pull it over their head.
No. This is my Grateful Dead tea, Emma. It's my fave.
So what? We need it for the scarecrow. Oh, here.
She picks up a bird.
They're not crows. They aren't crows.
I was gonna say, you use your clothes, like use your jacket, for example. You don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, your jacket does look like a lesbian's jacket, and that's kind of what a scarecrow looks like sometimes.
There is also that.
You're the artist. Draw a face on that bag.
An hour later, Emma stands in her long john.
Oh, see, there you go. So she did actually. There you go.
Looking at a scarecrow she's constructed by stuffing their clothes with straw.
Well.
Also, she's in long johns. Clearly, again, the farmer attire.
I'm sure there's some exceptions from what I can tell. It seems like the only animals that I can see that are generally considered dumb happen to also be underwater. So they're really useless in this situation.
Axolotls charge!
I think an army of axolotls would be amazing. Can we have that happen?
Wouldn't they all just like suffocate?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, amazingly, Minecraft didn't help public perception of axolotls.
They're so cute.
Dude, many axolotls died. Did you hear about that trend? Parents were giving kids like axolotls.
You told us about this. It helped public perception of axolotls, but not public care of axolotls. From what I'm told.
Public understanding, yeah.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, so people are more aware of them. People don't know Minecraft tends to add new animals as mobs, especially if they're endangered. So the axolotls were no exception to this. So people decided, hey, I want axolotls as pets, not realizing what it took to care for them, and so a bunch more died in the first place.
Yeah,
that actually happened with Dalmatians when like 101 Dalmatians came out.
Yeah, people thought they could walk around on land that much. Technically speaking, they can. They won't last as long as you might expect, though.
They'll last for like 5 minutes.
I mean, they can survive, but they're looking for water.
She looks to see how the face is coming along. Zig sits, taking a hit from their joint and putting the finishing touches on a.
Oh my God! Stop getting high right now. You need your.
Hey, you know what? It's nice. It's nice of the birds to still allow them a little bit of their of their favorites. Well,
they have to test the product.
I guess, yeah, they do. So I guess the birds are merciful in that regard. Then again, I do believe that that weed also is known to increase one's appetite, so that might be a reason to avoid it at this present moment.
Nope. If that happens again,
No. I don't think they're going to show it again. I think the moment has passed. We get what they're subjected to.
Ziggy, what the hell? Why does he look so friendly? Don't make him scary. Give him angry eyes and sharp teeth.
Emma, this whole plan.
I think the idea behind scarecrows originally was that it was essentially it's just like, oh, there's a human here, so we're gonna we can't get away with eating all the
Actually,
crops.
Wait a minute. If there is a scarecrow there, it may make them think the humans somehow made their way onto the farm.
Yeah, but what I'm
Which
saying
would-
is these birds are too smart to fall for that kind of thing. They wouldn't fall for a
Oh.
scarecrow in the first place.
I'm just almost
Yeah.
believing this is a real guy. Nobody is gonna believe this dude in a Grateful Dead tee is walking around looking all hateful and shit. No, he's a deadhead, bro. He's gotta be cool as hell and chill as fuck.
Fine.
Why? Okay.
I mean, they are a graphic designer, so I suppose we'll take their word for now until otherwise.
I guess.
With the finished
But they
scarecrow
also
in
wanted to put titties on the logo, so you know.
Oh,
I
do you
don't
think
really-
they put them on the scarecrow? Oh no!
Oh no! Don't put titties on the scarecrow! No!
Okay.
Ziggs and Emma peek out the barn door.
All right. Coast is clear. Come on, let's plant them.
The two run out and stake the scarecrow in front of the farmhouse. Inside, the Nighthawks are stoned
Is this a Working Boys rearrangement?
and distracted, gathered around the TV.
I don't.
They're watching an episode of Planet Earth.
No, it's not. Never mind.
On screen, a bird of paradise hops and bobs, performing a mating dance. Ezekiel is scandalized.
Oh. Well, this is just porn now.
You can always change, just headbutt the remote again.
The next morning, the entire flock is gathered around a mysterious stranger who appeared sometime during the night. He stands motionless in front of the house. He wears a Grateful Dead tee and a pair of women's pants. A pleasant expression is painted on his face.
Who is he? Where did he come from?
Oh, I guess they aren't smart enough yet.
I don't know. I cannot hear his thoughts. His mind is so vacant.
Empty.
I'm frightened.
Head
Ezekiel.
empty.
Perhaps we should leave.
And let this man smoke our weed? Isaac, never speak to me again. I shall handle this.
You mean never think to me again, but you're not really speaking to each other.
Unless they're speaking in bird language to each other, but then they only use telepathy for the humans.
You there! Stranger! From where do you fare?
No thoughts, head empty.
You will answer me, human, or the consequences will be most
Severe.
severe.
Yeah, there you go.
Again,
I was thinking of Dolores Umbridge there. Which, bear in mind, you know, they in the next Harry Potter musical we're gonna get to get prepared for Umbridge.
the figure remains silent. The other Nighthawks begin
can't.
chattering amongst themselves.
Stranger says nothing. He defies Ezekiel. Perhaps Ezekiel is weak. Perhaps we could all defy him.
Ezekiel flaps his wings at them angrily.
I can hear your thoughts! Silence! Silence!
You can hear 1,000 thoughts at once? I think your power's already pretty strong.
Emma and Ziggs peek out of the barn. Their scarecrow is working like a charm.
Okay, they're distracted. Let's go, go, go!
They make a break.
All 1,000 birds are distracted by one. You know, again, I guess hive mind.
Hive mind, mob mentality, you know. The thing
Yeah.
where when I know it's about the most.
Indeed.
Crow has worn thin.
All right. I gave you fair warning. Nighthawks, attack.
The birds do not take wing, however. They remain
Oh.
perched, apprehensive.
They see us
Ezekiel
weak
glares.
now.
Well,
The flock stares back, unmoving.
cowards.
One Nighthawk leans to his fellows.
Would Ezekiel send us to do what he dares not? I wonder if he truly speaks for this flock.
Sensing that he could have a full-blown mutiny on his talons, Ezekiel calls out,
Fine. I'll do it myself then. I shall peck this man to death with my own beak.
alone.
I mean,
The Nighthawk boldly waddles toward the stranger. Then a breeze blows by, causing the scarecrow to tilt to one side. The sudden movement causes the little bird's courage to falter, and he flutters into the air, cooing. In the distance,
Caca.
Caca!
You know, I don't know why it took us like 2.5 hours, the 2.25 hours to say caca for the first time.
Yeah, that's my thing. I do that
Emma's
all the
car.
time.
Ezekiel senses foul trickery, turns to the scarecrow and pecks it, pulling out a beakful of
straw. We've been deceived, Nighthawks. After them. Don't let the thumbs escape.
Emma's car
Don't
zooms
the
down the gravel
thumbs.
path,
Yeah, they have opposable thumbs. That's why they can plant.
heading for the farm's front gate.
We did
Drive.
Those stupid birds.
But the moment
Drive.
of triumph dies when Ziggy looks in the rearview mirror.
Just a whole
Emma's the one
sky of...
driving. She should be looking in the rearview mirror, actually.
Emma?
At first,
You know what would
it's
be a
nothing
cool
but a
effect if like as they're driving, you you just like they look outside and they see like a shadow slowly approaching, so they look slightly up and they see all the birds as they're descending because all the birds are clumped together and causing a giant shadow.
Yeah,
to form.
if it weren't for the fact that both actors right now are engulfed in darkness, that might actually be feasible.
scatter of birds.
See,
in
I
the
like the idea of like in this darkness you can see like the glowing eyes in the back.
Abby, are you cheering for the Nighthawks right now?
What?
Go
Okay.
go
evil
Nighthawk
birds!
Rangers!
Okay, I think that might also be reference to like the Nighthawks football team, but
Okay,
still,
yeah, but in this case, they're evil
in
birds.
this context, oh.
Then the horde swells until the entire sky is blacked out by Nighthawks.
Yeah, so clearly Nick Lang had the same idea for you as you, but on a marriage
Emma
level.
glances over her shoulder.
Oh shit.
She watches
drive as
the
fast as
feathered
humanly
wave of
possible.
death rush toward them.
Oh shit.
Slam! 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 The Nighthawks swarm the car, hurling themselves into it. Emma
I guess they're not afraid of glass in this reality.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they probably didn't even see the glass.
Do you reckon Zeke the Fighting Nighthawk, the high school mascot, is named after Ezekiel? I think it's the other way around. I think Ezekiel the Nighthawk might be vaguely aware of the school mascot and based his name off of that Zeke.
That or
Considering-
you overheard like the guys trying to get the farm. Maybe they're talking about the Bible at one point. and mentioned
I
his name.
guess, but did they mention Ezekiel by name or Isaac for that matter?
Right, I think it goes Ezekiel biblical to high school Ezekiel to bird Ezekiel.
Potentially.
can't see a thing. The windshield is obscured by flapping, clawing birds. The glass on the windows begins to crack. Then, crack! Emma's car plows into a tree. The force of the impact shatters the windows, and the Nighthawks come flooding in. Emma throws open her door and dives out, but Ziggy is engulfed by the birds.
No, not Ziggy! They were so cool!
Ziggs is swallowed by a sea of feathers. Emma yells into the mass helplessly.
It's not like exploding feathers.
I'll come back for you.
Then she
Yeah, you might be a little late.
I
turns
think
and
they
runs.
died.
She moves through trees, hopping down branches until she finally reaches the main road.
Help! Help! Somebody!
So yeah, again, so so that's why I think Zeke the Fighting Nighthawk would have definitely been written before. So narratively, as a reference, having the character named Ezekiel, that's probably Bible connection and also connection to Zeke the Fighting Nighthawk. However, if we're talking about in reality, in universe, maybe at some point Ezekiel was flying around the school and was like, ah, yes, Zeke. What is that short for? I wonder. And then somehow found out. I don't know.
Anybody!
She looks around, desperately for a passing car, a jogger, anyone who could help.
Oh my god, they're at the Honey Queen
The street
ceremony.
is empty. Emma collapses, defeated.
With the honeycomb,
No.
there's definitely more people there.
Then she hears a faint singing getting closer.
La 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 la.
Miss Cassidy crests the hill on her pink
Oh
bicycle.
no.
Oh, see? There you go. It was a cross. Now we can see a bit more clearly.
Emma runs to her and grabs hold of the handlebars.
Grace, quick, give me your bike.
No way! I'm headed to a babysitting appointment, and there's one thing you better hurry up and know about Grace Chastity. I'm always on time.
No, you gotta help me. It's the Nighthawks. They hate
Your
my
helpful character ever.
weed. Start now, Grace.
Just say you're under attack. Don't give details.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
honestly, to Grace Chastity, I would say that I'm undergoing some sort of divine punishment. Please help save me. Then she would instantly.
Oh my god, it's like, help, please help save me. I need the church and Jesus.
No,
Again,
I
something along
feel
those
like if
lines.
you say I feel if you say the exact words that Jacob did, she might just drive off and be like, "Welp, guess you're God's plaything now. Bye-bye."
I feel like people trying to actively seek salvation usually ends up being
yeah.
not
be
the
like,
cop out, but the solution. In
no,
a lot
just
of
be
these
like, you were
stories.
so right. You were so right. I need salvation.
Have either of you
Yeah,
heard of
totally.
a story by the name of Dark Dungeons?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so have you heard of a Chick tract?
No.
Okay, so Jack T. Chick was an author. Like, I think he's still active nowadays, but was and publishes a lot of short stories, mostly comics, that are let's say evangelical in nature, fear mongering
Fine.
a lot of the time. So yeah, in the 80s, I think his most popular work was Dark Dimensions, which was at the height of the D&D TTRPG scare. So made an entire story around that, and then which we know got super popular or whatever. And then afterwards, sometime in like the early 2000s, there was this group of university film students who got the legitimate film rights to Dark Dimensions and proceeded to make a faithful adaptation, yes, but very clearly satirical in nature. There's a whole JonTron video about this. I might show it to you after we finish recording because it is something else. Or I guess I think they made the actual original movie also available on their channel. But either way, I don't think Jack T. Chick ever got the irony of it because he gave his own seal of approval for it. But very clearly, yeah. And in that story, just to bring up because in that story, the way that one of the characters ends up getting saved after apparently summoning Cthulhu, as was the end goal of RPG.
Ah, yes.
Naturally,
You know.
yeah. So opening the Necronomicon
course.
for summoning Cthulhu. So the way that she gets saved is that she eventually turns back to the light of Jesus, particularly, and like prays for her salvation. And then eventually, like the pastor gets involved as well, and there's like a whole gospel thing at the end. And it ends with a massive book burning of like these dark tomes or RPG stuff or whatever it might have been. So again, it seems like that seems to be the salvation. If you embrace God towards the end, that seems to be where people try to find ways of forgiveness. That's why I think Grace Chastity might be a little bit more receptive if
yeah. Look, my whole thing is, when you're in a situation like this, you just gotta do what you gotta do to manipulate people, no matter what,
Yeah, so something along those
if
lines.
you have to,
Yeah, what one of us said would hopefully work.
Imagine Grace Chastity's be like, "Oh yeah, I'll pray for you. Bye."
Safe
Like,
passage to heaven, I suppose. Maybe, but
Be like, I'm in mortal danger currently. But
Grace looks at this 30-something-year-old woman standing there pathetically in her underwear. Her hair's a mess, her eyes are wild, and she's sporting a particularly skunky smell.
You stink, Emma Perkins. Like reefer. I can't.
Reefer Madness. Okay, you must have heard of Reefer Madness.
No.
Okay, another. It was an anti-weed PSA. I think it was made in the 1930s, and it is it is infamous in how terrible it is.
Can't help you until you help yourself.
Okay.
He's
How about you?
She pulls her bike away from
How about you help me? How about you help me find the right path? I'm just like
help you.
Just
You
like,
made
yeah.
this bed, Emma, and now you shall reap what you sow.
What? You aren't a good person. You're not even letting me. I thought you wanted to save people. You're not helping. You're not good at this.
And Emma watches her last hope disappear over the hill.
Please! No!
Who will pray for you
Then a cyclone
when
of
you're
birds
gone?
thunders from the trees. The swarm descends.
Or
Emma
in
throws up her
another
hands,
Chastity
screaming, until
cycles
one of the
along.
stray nighthawks slams into the back of her head. She falls to the ground, unconscious.
Oh, I thought she died.
Just want to vote for Bruce in gig. I guess they still need her, so maybe they'll keep one of them alive.
Sometime
They've half the productivity though at this rate.
later, Emma comes to back in the barn. It's filled with legions of birds glaring down.
I'd be like,
I am
yeah.
Legion, for we are many. That's another biblical reference.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. You might as well just kill me. I ain't doing crap for you.
I will say, if they said they are legion, they are many, that'd be very, very different. Because that was a quote from a group of demons.
Oh.
Well, yes.
Well, I mean, the birds are basically demons.
Well, yeah, but like so far they seem to be like a good force if we're looking at it from a biblical standpoint.
I must say, so far this has been a very biblical week for me, honestly. First, the Good Samaritan story on Gacha Review, and now this.
Wait, what?
Oh, but we are there, Fal. We remember the Histain, the person who made the True Meaning of Christmas video. We watched another one of their videos, and it was about the parable of the Good Samaritan.
That sound. How bad was it? Bad?
No, it wasn't as good as the Christmas video. It wasn't bad. Some of the, a few mistakes were made, let's say. But, ultimately, the heart of the story was there, in a way.
And Ezekiel waddles forward.
You must think you're very clever, don't you, Emma?
Not really.
We had a contract, and you were paid.
I thought because Isaac was there before, maybe Isaac had usurped Ezekiel in the interim.
Paid us with deceit and treachery. Well, we shan't make that mistake again.
Okay.
Here, I'll talk, Ezekiel. What are you gonna do? Kill me? I've got the thumbs. You need me.
Humans. Your arrogance knows no bounds.
What?
It is true. Your thumbs and bodies are tools, much needed tools.
What are you gonna kill me and then
Until you
haul out my
apply
body
focus
and pilot my body with birds?
A tractor. But tell me, Emma, does a tractor need a mind?
What?
You're gonna haul me out and then
Unfortunately
use
for
my
you,
corpse.
Our powers have grown.
Oh.
Let's show you.
Oh, mind control.
I predicted telekinesis. Well, not mind control, because mind control, he just said that a tractor does not need a mind.
See, I thought this was gonna be like the FNAF story called Room for One More.
You know what? Haul out.
That's the most we can hear about that, I guess.
Someone lurches.
I don't know if you wanted more context.
It zigs, but any semblance of conscious thought has left their eyes.
Oh.
They stumble forward awkwardly, as if each of their limbs is being puppeteered by a separate will.
Ziggs? Ziggy? What did you do to them? You animals!
If enough of us focus, we can not only speak into your minds, we can control them.
Doesn't that take more energy? And if you're stoned, does that not go? Anyway.
We can drive you, like the farm equipment you are.
You know, at this point, I'll just grab a sharp object and slit my wrist. You know, you can pilot my corpse.
They probably would do that.
You can pilot my corpse. I'm not living for this part.
Motor functions. That's all you need. Your memories, personalities. These are faulty parts.
They should have just done that with the Metzers before, actually. They had 4 perfectly serviceable human beings.
You
there
had 4 corpses you could pilot at least for a little bit till the decay.
Yeah, they hadn't consumed enough weed yet to think of that idea. They weren't that smart yet.
Perhaps they can be.
Also, thank you, Abby. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to catch me singing that song while the video was playing.
Removed entirely. You shall be the test subject, Emma, and I shall be the surgeon. With mine own beak and talon, I shall peck away your unnecessary brain matter, and I'll shit it out.
You're like piercing the human skull, though.
Little white globs all over your precious farm. Then I'll do the same to all of Hatchetfield.
I guess that would serve as fertilizer.
And there will be weed as far as the eye can see. You should be happy.
Ah, slight problem. I just realized something. They need the witchwood soil. They're not going to realize that until it's too late. They can't grow it properly or what they need unless they're far away. And if by that point they'll just start mixing it with the regular weed, and then they just won't. They'll be too stoned to arrange their hive minds. So eventually they'll be once again the threat will be contained to Hatchetfield, and Clydesdale shall be safe.
Perky's Buds is going to.
You know what? At this point, I'd rather live in Clydesdale. You know, they may be hated, But, you know, at least I won't die.
I mean, you know, there is also that Clivesdale definitely is much more of a secure location. Counter argument: F Clivesdale.
That's not an argument.
Ziggy.
It is if you're from Hatchetfield.
That's a stupid argument.
Ziggs shambles forward, extending their arms. Emma whirls around. She's surrounded by birds. There's no escape. She pleads.
Ziggs, I know you're in there. You gotta fight. Push those birds out of your mind.
Funk.
Actually, now that I think about it, there's a limited number of birds as well, which means if it takes more than one of them to focus on one human being, they're not going to be able to expand that much anyway.
Unless they recruit more birds. Or breed a lot.
I suppose that would take a while, though.
Is Emma right in the nose?
Right? That's your one free shot, dude. Break their control, or you can look for another job.
What?
I think
they
already wanted to look for another job, honestly. They made that bet before.
Ziggy lands another punch.
Okay. Now I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
Emma charges at Ziggs.
That wasn't your immediate thought?
Ziggy
That's
is
what I would have
being
did immediately.
haphazardly controlled by a bunch of birds, but still, they're slightly more coordinated than Emma.
That's sad. That's just sad.
Soon, Ziggs gets the upper hand. They round on Emma, fling themselves forward, and trap old Perky in a tight headlock. As Ziggs squeezes, Emma chokes, gasping for air. Desperately, she reaches around to Ziggy's backside, her hands searching for something. The one thing she knows Ziggy is never without. And there it is.
A lighter?
Tucked away in the lining of their long johns, Emma pulls it out and flicks it open. Ziggy's lighter.
Nice. Yeah. You got the Oracle powers. You did it.
Time to blaze, you fucking birds!
She tosses the lighter into a huge mound of dry hay. It bursts into flame. Panicked, the Nighthawks take wing, flapping wildly, but they only succeed in fanning the flames. The fire spreads. Within moments, the barn is a smoky, smoldering hell. With the birds preoccupied, their hold on Ziggy's mind dissipates. Emma? Thought. Emma punches Ziggy, unaware the fight's over.
Oh my god. Ow!
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me, you sucker punching dickhead. Now I'm gonna kick your ass.
Come on.
No.
Ziggy's arm and
To be fair, I thought you were mind controlled still.
She can explain later.
Oh, dude, whenever she said, come on, I thought for sure it was gonna switch from, like, a real fight to just, like, play fighting in the middle of, like, fire, just completely forgetting that the house is burning.
I mean, if they were that high, then maybe.
Emma flees the crumbling barn. She grabs a plank of burning wood. She runs into the field, into her beloved plants, knowing what must be done.
Goodbye, buddies.
There has to be
I
big
won't let
yiddies
them
at
have
the end
you.
of this, right?
Emma touches her makeshift torch to a pot plant, setting it alight. She runs through the field, spreading the flames to the rest of the harvest. Enraged, the Nighthawks give chase. They swoop towards Emma with single-minded determination to tear.
That'd be an amazing visual, though. Just like her, like partially on fire herself, as the plants like burn alongside her.
Her apart. Then, that murderous rage begins to fade. The flock is starting to feel a lot more chill.
Of course they are.
What they don't realize is that while they've been chasing Emma, they were breathing in lungfuls of smoke from the burning magic weed. The birds are
Of course they were.
stoned to the bone.
Oh,
Indeed they are.
that's some good shit.
With fire all around, and aimless Nighthawks whizzing past, Emma and Ziggs run for cover in the farmhouse. Ezekiel
Oh, I guess they never smoked the stuff, did they? They just ate it.
screams, struggling to regain control of the flock.
Isaac, what are you doing? They're heading for the farmhouse. Give chase!
Fuck that. I'm chasing the dragon, bro.
Isaac cozies
Dragon
into
Ball
the mound
Z.
of dirt.
Damn you, Isaac.
Anger stews in Ezekiel's heart. A rush of fury floods his psychic mind. Then, whoosh, a flaming pitchfork flies from the burning barn and impales Isaac, pinning him to the ground. Shunk! Ezekiel's eyes widen as he realizes he made the pitchfork move.
I can plant things now. I don't need these two. Every problem is solved apart from the fire. I need to extinguish that first. Can I make it rain?
Courses through his tiny body. He raises his wings.
Yes. Yes. I am ascending.
In the farmhouse, Emma and Ziggs
He becomes a super avian.
rush to the cabinet where they keep their firearms. Maybe they can shoot their way out of here. They pull open the cupboard, but it's empty.
Guns. Guns. Where are the guns?
Oh, Emma.
Oh no, is he pointing all of them at them, like from surrounding?
They turn to find
Just one. That works too.
Ezekiel flapping in the corner. Around him, floating in the air, is their entire arsenal of weapons.
There you go. I'm back, baby.
It's human season.
How? Oh, I guess he probably watched a bit of Looney Tunes on. Is Looney Tunes on Netflix? You know, I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's on HBO Max.
Oh. Ah, you see. The wrong streaming service. They didn't know the difference. They pressed the wrong button on the remote. They're watching Velma this whole time.
Oh no.
Some of the Looney Tunes is on Netflix.
Okay.
Telekinetic.
The apotheosis is upon Ezekiel. Well, no, Ezekiel just lost his hive mind. I don't know about the apotheosis here.
Well, I said that. I looked it up and I can't access it, which means it's actually probably for VPN.
It's probably in another
here.
country.
Yeah.
That's not.
Well, the point is, it exists. Maybe Emma also had a VPN of some kind that was already pre-installed, or the birds figured that out too.
NordVPN is sponsored to you by God. His name's Ezekiel.
I don't think birds can read anyway. Maybe these ones can. I don't know.
Fire.
They probably can't actually.
Bang, bang, bang. Emma and Ziggs dive into the kitchen as bullets riddle the hallway.
Shit! What are we gonna do?
Emma spots something in the living room.
I've got a plan.
Ezekiel.
Another one? Isn't this like our third plan?
Well, you need to keep constantly making plans on the fly. On the fly, birds. Okay.
Emma, you can't escape me. Don't even try. Don't you see I've become the most powerful being on Earth?
Yeah, well, the silly might have something to say about that one.
Bird!
Yeah.
Surrounded by a flock of floating guns!
Ezekiel reaches out with his mind, feels for Emma. There, the living room. He whips around. Through the doorway, he spots the shape of a woman. Bang, bang, bang! He unloads.
Is it the logo? Is it the shape
That
of the logo?
is not the type of gun you're shooting. It's not firing that quick.
The birds don't sound like birds either.
The figure's torn
Well, okay, remember, there's multiple guns that he's controlling all at once as
to
well.
pieces by
The
a
one
spray
he's
of
holding
ammo.
isn't firing that quick.
All the other ones are.
She falls back. Ezekiel flaps over to find a painting of a well-endowed woman riding a flying joint. From behind him, Emma appears, brandishing a shovel.
I expect it to be a full painting, but hey, that sounds like the logo. Or at least it sounds like Ziggs' work.
Surprise, bird brain!
Whack! Emma swings, hits Ezekiel, and the bird goes flying. Smash! He crashes through the window.
Okay, now I just remember, since we brought up the shovel, who whacked them with the shovel earlier?
I think that was the birds. The birds picked up the shovel and whacked them.
If they can pick up tools, then why do they need opposable thumbs at all?
And into the wood chipper Ziggs has waiting just outside. Voot! The Nighthawk goes through the grinder and shoots out the other side a small tuft of feathers and blood. Emma looks down at the buxom woman in Ziggy's logo.
I knew I liked her.
Boom! Outside, the flames
There you
have
have
spread
it.
to the tractor's gas tank. It explodes. Ziggy flees the falling debris. They run back inside.
Emma, the fire. It's out of control. I don't think we're getting out of this one, Perky.
Emma looks out at her burning farm. The inferno rages. No way they'd even make it to the tree line.
The trees would have protected them. Your hubris. It's come to punish you.
Guess there's only one thing to do.
From under her bed, Emma
She pulled out like a bag of weed now. Is that like the last thing they're gonna do together?
retrieves a metal lockbox. She and Ziggs ascend to the
Super
roof.
weed.
They gaze out at the carnage below. A sea of flames. The Nighthawks are so exquisitely stoned, they don't even realize that they too are burning. Emma opens the box. Inside is the fattest blunt she ever rolled.
God.
Of course. Obviously.
I was saving it for a special occasion.
I guess dying's
That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
dying's a very special occasion.
Well, Emma canonically missed out all the special occasions in, you know, most of her family's life, so this
Let's
will
go
count.
down
This will do.
in a blaze of glory.
She passes the joint to
Uns.
Ziggs.
It's been an honor.
Ziggy takes a nice, big hit.
It just doesn't even resemble remotely the other.
Alright, that's enough. Don't bogart that shit.
They pass it back. Emma takes it and proudly recites what she swore in high school would be her final words.
F you, Hatchetfield.
Fuck the patriarchy.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Then, sirens in the distance. Emma and Ziggs spot.
Why didn't you the fire? They should have did my idea in the first place.
They did. This is literally your idea.
Well, no, they should have started with my idea immediately.
Okay, yes, they should have done that too, but, you know.
Oh, cool, police and firemen! Hey, help us! Help us! Help us!
What if tomorrow?
As firefighters put out the last of the flames, Emma and Ziggs stand safely on the ground next to a police officer.
We got a call from one Grace Chastity.
There we go. She came through.
Told us to send every available unit. Said there was a woman high on drugs.
You know,
about to do something drastic.
And as they say, you know, hindsight is 20/20 vision. Unless you're a bird, in which case it's 25.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Are you?
The officer holds up one
Well, I mean, they're alive, so kind of
They're going
yes.
to jail.
crispy dead birds.
Oh, fuck.
Checkertail nighthawks are an endangered species. Killing
Yeah.
one is a federal offense. And you've burned them, impaled them, threw them in your wood chipper.
They attacked
You're
us.
both under arrest.
I'm surprised this isn't Sam, actually.
The police slap
Or the cop lady from Nutty Pruse, whose name I've forgotten.
cuffs on Emma and Ziggs.
Grace Chastity always saves the day. I mean...
Sort of, I guess.
No comment there yet, from me.
Oh my god, nighttime thing.
Yep.
Hate this job.
Well, don't worry, you don't have that. It's gone
You
now.
don't have it anymore.
When the hatchet's in your back.
Oh God, no! Now the
no.
nightmare happens. What is no?
Back and the week is got.
What is this? It's not even tracked properly. What? It's just going. from
He's
random
looking at you,
spots.
Jacob. Look, he's staring you down.
Okay, yeah, I'm more concerned about the mouth. I don't care about the eyes anymore. I watched Coraline when I was younger. I've already gone through that trauma. No, I care more about the mouth that is just. That again, it's not tracked to the image. You can't. I need to like go frame by frame with that. I mean, it'd take longer, but still.
Got you feel.
Also, it's two mouths because the beak of the bird is also a mouth. So it's a mouth on a mouth. It's just so many layers. This is where the horror comes in.
When the racket's on attack and the coffee's got your jack.
Ah, thank you. An actual human face. Relief. Hold on. Did you see what the mug said?
No.
The mug said the mug said "morning a-hole" on it.
The county road, there's a farm the townies know that'll hook you up with all the perks. You can think of just smoke a fatty bowl of Perky's buds.
Just roll. This would have been a great commercial. Oh my! Why do I keep pausing? I'm just.
You're in a commercial.
Perky's buds.
Why did they crop like the plants onto themselves? What is that supposed to be? Who edited this video?
Someone with a brilliant mind.
Right. I'm looking this up. Okay, so music video directed by Joey Richter.
And also probably
There you go.
someone who was
For you.
high while storyboarding.
If this is an in-universe ad for Perky's Buds, I don't think it would include so many Nighthawks, considering everything, honestly. You even get any enjoyment out of that if they're not like our areas.
You could head on
See, you can track eyes, track the mouths.
out of town or down to Santa Fe.
Put your own find the finest herb in
Mandalay, roll a spliff, splat jack if you wanna mess around.
If you're looking to find the finest cushion,
Hatchettown,
Okay, this
come
part's
down
alright.
to Perky's, get that green. Emma's the name in cannabis.
Okay, this I like.
Oh my god.
The mere idea, like, you don't just like take like the Mario footage themselves. No, you have to recreate it in Lego first and then put Lauren Lopez's face over the top of it.
Eat a bud, the herbs are biz.
And there she is again. See, that was back when she still had the dream and was working at Beanies.
Just bring a light for all the hits. It's the Hitchens hash. Just can't be
See, even they're like, what on earth is going on?
missed. Roll it, pack it, light it up.
Is that thing smoking itself? Also, nice stock like watermark.
Smoke it, pass it, feel the buzz.
I think that's cute. She has a strain named after Hitchens. I missed that, but I'll take your word for it. What happens when you get scared half to death twice? You get scared half to death. Go back to-
Anyways, I know stream's almost over, but I gotta go.
Okay.
So, moral of the story, I don't know. Don't trust birds.
Don't do drugs is the moral of the story.
Don't trust birds, the better moral.
Yeah, anyways, bye guys. Caca and
Bye.
drugs.
Yeah, not drugs this time. Anyway.
Just up the county road, there's a farm in town. He's know that'll hook you up
Hey, you know, it's nice to have like apples and peanut butter there at the very least.
with all the perks you can think of. Just
Compared to like everything. Oh, okay, roll oats I never tried before.
smoke a fatty bowl.
Radagast! See, they can use movie footage. Why not video game footage? They get trouble with Nintendo or something. Now I think about it, they never did do a Nintendo parody ever at one point. I wonder why. Maybe
Or
they did have some struggles.
they?
Maybe they did have some struggles behind the scenes, and Nintendo just kind of shut them down.
Full of Perky's, but just roll a
Or Tin Ambrose did it. Whatever.
fatty of
Oh yeah! Who put you on this planet?
Perky's. You still need a doctor.
That was the scene. I know my SpongeBob scenes.
The moral is don't give birds drugs. Okay. Remember, you're either in the smoke club or you're out us the smoke club. Use Smoke Club 69 for 10% discount.
Which implies that this is an in-universe ad.
Yeah. Should have been Smoke Club 10 for 10% discount. Or 69 for 69% discount, one or the other. Okay, well that's that. Thank goodness. Alright. Well, no sillies this time, but I mean, you know, you gotta wonder where the origin of that magic came from, but I'm sure that's gonna come up some other time. Anyway. Wow. Okay. I don't know how to summarize this one. This one's sort of, I guess, in the middle of the idea of, okay, technically speaking, you know, there's one of the characters were warned about something and then they just did not, you know, heed the advice. They kind of did orchestrate their own downfall in this regard. And it's kind of what I said about Honey Queen last time, where towards the end, was when one of the sillies just kind of showed up and kind of stole the final scene. In this one, it was like, well, some creature actually rose up to become a threat of some kind, much like Nerdy Prudes in one way. So yeah, that was I appreciate that difference. And again, one of the newbies got to got to be in one of the leading positions. Not quite the lead, that still goes to Lauren, but close enough. And we also got the visible debut of Grace Chastity, even if it wasn't the intentional one. So yeah, that's a bit of a taste of things to come, a sample that we have given ourselves for quality control. And boy, are we jonesing for more, I suppose. There we go. That's my final thoughts. On to you.
Okay. I don't know. I was thinking of what I would say during that whole time. I really have nothing. This was a wacky one. This was a wacky one.
I guess that's all you need.
I wish at the end, where everything's burning down, I kind of wish Ezekiel and Emma were the ones to smoke together, and not Izzy and Emma, and that Ezekiel and Emma just kind of smoked, and then we're like, well,
so they buried the hatchet because they had something in common, the love of weed, I suppose.
Essentially, yeah. They just die in there. They're like, well, this is it, huh, bud?
I suppose. Then again, I guess that means that Zeke would not have gotten arrested at that point, because obviously would become the last of his own species. Which, if anything, I suppose, or them, who knows? Maybe like, I need my new friend. I will break you out of prison. Then Hatchetfield prison just vanishes one day, just gets lifted.
No. They die in there. They die in there. They get burned alive. Ezekiel and Emma.
Oh, but then you kind of get Grace Chastity didn't come through in the end.
I don't know if that counts as coming through.
Well, I mean, she did the right thing for her own reasons, but it happened.
Yeah, she really tried to be a good person, huh?
Well, I mean, ultimately, that is what the Bible wants you to do, to try to be a good person, and so you are rewarded in future.
Hey, I think we're losing the thread here a little bit.
Okay, fine. Let's wrap this up.
Moral of the story: be a good person. That's what the Bible recommends. You will get a reward at the end.
Well, I mean, that's what the promise is. Anyway,
yeah,
whatever.
That is the promised land.
Okay, so with that, what are all of your thoughts? Let me know by of liking or disliking, and leaving your comments on whatever nonsense we missed out on, or other things to mention, or just your best bird pun. Either way, and we'll see you all soon enough for another Butter Punch video. Toodle pip.